Okay, everybody, welcome once more. Hi, hello. Welcome to the latest episodes of the Artifact Runner series, A Frosty Job. We're going into episode 4. We're diving in once more to the adventure to have a little bit of fun. So, yes, we'll get a kind of summary of what happened last week in a moment, but we'll kind of have to dive into our beginning things here, which is I'm presenting a little bit of a problem to our characters to solve, and then they have to kind of give an idea about how they would do it and kind of establish the entire thing. So, we're going to start with a very, very simple one here, as I guess we'll roll some d20s to see the order then, too, for people. Yeah. I keep forgetting that I was doing something different every time until you mentioned it now. I'm like, oh yeah, I was. 20 is a little bit better for that one there. So yeah. So it'd be Naomi, Nox, Ari, Alakar would be the order, and then okay. So mentally got interrupted there a few times for that. So a local gang is threatening a sports star, and you've been asked to guard them. What do you do? How would you protect them? Yeah. So we'll turn it over to Momo / Naomi for your introduction to character, and how would you go about this? Yeah. Hmm. Okay. All right. Cool. And we'll turn it over to. Oh, sorry. Let me fix that there. There we go. Now it should be working there.
Hello,
Apologies.
can you?
Should be working now.
I will repeat my statement.
Yeah.
Hi, you know who I am. As I said to the question, I would use my past context from my job in security services to deal with it.
Cool.
Dang ex-cop.
Security services, thank you. That's a little bit different.
Very different.
Very different. Similar
Cops
but different.
don't exist in Seattle. They were abolished.
They were replaced with private security long
They
ago.
were replaced with private companies, which is clearly better.
Clearly, we all know that it's
no parallels.
Robocop.
So Jessie / Nox, we'll turn over to you next.
I was thinking of the Pinkertons for some reason.
No, yeah, they didn't still match the Gathering cards, so I can't send them in.
Ah, shit, you right.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna guess they're still around as a version of it. Maybe they were eaten up by like
probably.
Lodestar or something.
Probably just can't use their name because they're very litigious.
Yeah, true.
Uh,
Hey, I'm Jesse. I'm playing Nox, human guy, kind of
Normal
stinky
guy.
and
John
broke.
Shadowrun.
John, it is John Shadowrun,
is I, John Shadowrun, the Shadowruniest man of them all.
low income, bad smelling individual.
Now, you took a shower in the can.
Also,
Yeah, but that was-
well, to be
Yeah, but that was
fair,
yesterday after we got off the plane, and I've been running around.
No,
city
I'm
for a
gonna
while.
be real. This place is very hot. You probably do stink from sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Nox does not wear anything except a hoodie.
You're
And
wearing
jeans.
hoodie, jeans, and armor.
I mean,
Yeah.
what do you think the Monkey Man smells like?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
Unless you're on Victoria Island or Lagos Island, most of the city probably has a either industrial smell or the fact that like it's a bit like slummy everywhere. So
Very sulfury, very irony.
yeah. And probably even outside the major industrial areas, there's just the smell of it kind of permeates everywhere because, yes. So, probably don't stand up too much.
I figured Alucard would have somewhat decent hygiene. Nox
I'm
doesn't.
not saying I don't, but we have been, like you just said, we've been running around the city.
Yeah.
There isn't
And I got
technically
fur.
there technically isn't a shower here because it's just a pub, like a bathroom on the
Is there
floor
a
you're on.
bathtub?
Oh
The best you got is a Witcher 3-esque bathtub.
You might be able to ask for one of those.
Maybe.
But probably it's just like a toilet and a sink in a small room out in the hall that you can take turns in.
Well, I'm small enough I can shower in the sink.
Man, my brain just blanked for a quarter second. I'm sorry. What was the question again? I heard bathroom sink like a Winter Soldier activation phrase, and then my fucking mind went blank.
So, there's a local gang threatening a sports star. You're protecting them. How do you do that?
With violence. Man, what is a thing that happened recently? But there was a security guard that beat up a kid. That's an awful,
Oh, is that
awful.
the Chapel Roan thing?
Yeah, the Chapel Roan thing. That would just be. That's what I would do. Nox would just look at everyone who's even somewhat close to their charge and just obliterate them.
They're just gonna beat up a bunch of people.
Pretty much. Some kid will walk up and ask for an autograph. He'll just grab them by the leg and throw them.
It's like no autographs.
Pretty much.
You know, he's got bad reviews, but damn, does he get the job done.
We won't hire him again, but it wasn't terrible.
Can't help.
Could have been worse.
It could have been worse. Well, we'll turn it over to our third on our list here, Ari/Wyrm. We'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, I'm Diamond Worm, and I play Ari Sharpeye, who's a shifter sniper
Ooh.
who would I'd probably hire some standard guards,
Ooh.
but I would basically just constantly reposition to always keep an eye on them with sniper in sight and just peg anyone who comes who threatens who I'd basically have the normal security guards let me know if there's a threat and then just pop them.
You've chosen violence. It's fine.
Two bits of violence have been chosen.
Finally, we'll end up with good old Joe playing Alucard to finish us out today.
I am Alucard. I am a Hunaman. I always miss to say it up. Hunaman.
Mm-hmm.
Rigger. I play with lots of drones, and I probably have my main drone by his side as a bodyguard, and having my two mosquitoes and my one air drone keeping an eye from above, scanning the crowd for any discontents.
Oh, okay. So, if you missed last week, the team had arrived in Lagos, had settled in, and began their investigation looking into the mysterious man known as Samriel Lockwood. Samriel, you only have a couple of possible ways to kind of look into them, and effectively, Frosty was like, hey, I got one direction. I know someone who's in town, might know something about at least the locals, might have help with getting direction. She also suggested something about kind of contacting the local gangs, which you did also. Half of the group went and contacted the local gangs, though you went for probably the more agreeable side of the local gangs, like their children side of it, because they technically are part of the area boys, the group of young delinquent males that you ran into, basically run over by a
child labor.
The old reliable child soldiers.
They kind of were.
It works.
Technically, they're guides and well known of the local area. It's just eventually they will graduate from this role to some of the other more violent roles in the gang.
Right
Look,
now,
if
they're
we
like
weren't-
little,
if we
little
weren't-
Victorian pickpockets.
Yeah.
Look, if we
But
weren't
they're carrying AK-47s.
hiring children,
Well, yeah.
they'd be off doing something crazy like playing Minecraft.
True.
Can't have that.
No.
Can't have our local kids doing that. No.
We don't want them like reading books or anything. What do you want them to form ideas? It's better to have them run around the city with firearms and look for.
They do
criminals.
all have
for us.
guns because the upper level of the gang. That's like, okay, kids, here you're in our gang. Have a gun.
I'm pretty sure everyone and their grandmother has a gun.
Average American day of life.
Well, I mean, I guess in this city where there's like technically no law, you kind of have to be strapped everywhere you go.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I guess unless you have like a corporate job in which you're like, well, I don't have to get a gun because the armed people protecting me when I get to work will, help me out. Or maybe I have to check in with them.
To work.
Yeah, anyway, so you met with Frosty's connection, which was a man named I think I gave it to you, but I'm not sure. Elijah, a troll who was working in, you assume, maybe at least some kind of boat-based activity, seemingly as a captain, maybe legitimate, maybe smuggling. You don't know. The last person you met that Frosty was connected to was a smuggler, so could be either on that end. Your wonderful friend. If you need another plane ride, you can always rely on him. So yeah, you
I
could.
will hop on top of one of my medium-sized flying drones and take and
I
ride
don't know.
to
That
the
plane
next
got us here. I
destination.
think it might be pretty safe.
Yeah.
Who says it's going to be able to make another flight?
Hey, look, Innocent was a great man. He helped you out. He definitely had a name named Innocent, which is a great name to have.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Anyway,
Your Honor, this man is innocent. I mean, wait, no.
Death.
This innocent man.
thank you. So yeah, on the way back, both of you kind of were in the same area and ran into basically some members of the area boys doing very awful gang things. Effectively, they had stopped a bus, crashed it, and were kidnapping everybody inside, women, young men, all that kind of thing, taking them away for who knows what. You don't know if it was for, hostage taking, selling them somewhere, doing other awful things. Who knows? But they were doing pretty awful things. And while no one was really doing anything about it, Frosty basically was like, was resisting helping out for a while until basically one of the young girls got away briefly and got to like right where your taxi was, and then basically the man chasing her caught up with her, and Frosty was like, okay, I gotta goddamn do something about that. It's like you definitely could see that the thing of like, I shouldn't get involved, but it's right in front of my face, I can't resist it anymore,
Mm-hmm.
And after basically helping the girl out, getting some people away, she cast a powerful knocking out spell, which knocked out a whole bunch of them, and then you took out the remainder, which was pretty much that guy that was
Just
there.
one dude who I told to kill himself.
Well, I stunned him for you.
Well, I told him to knock himself out, and he jumped off a building.
Yeah, he tried to figure out a way to go do that, and he's like, I'll just jump off a building, and like he
Probably still alive.
But he jumped out like face first, though. Like that was the problem.
I think he's dead.
Look, he glitched, like critically glitched his check against it.
He's definitely dead.
I did roll damage technically. He depending on if someone gets to him, he might live. I'll put it that way. He's not in good shape. The building wasn't that tall, at least.
Yeah, I guess.
But that's where we're kind of coming in here.
Two people are still running back to here, right?
Yes. So, effectively, Ari and Nox, you had kind of heard some noise, and as you were kind of approaching, you were running in. Everything kind of gets quiet. All of a sudden, it actually gets really quiet. Like, there was the screaming and maybe like a couple gunshots in the air, basically to threaten people, kind of thing. You would assume that, like, or a gunfight. You don't know what the gunshots were for a reason, but, like, I'll tell you, when you get to the scene, you're like, shoot some shots in the air to threaten people, kind of thing. Not caring where they land, of course, because these guys are assholes. But basically, the cars are kind of all down there. A bunch of, like, the road is kind of blocked off. There's definitely, like, some screaming and panicking. Some of the vehicles are kind of trying to push away and turn around. It is a mess here on this, I'm going to call it like a full main street, but it's like probably a relatively large street here. One of the main thoroughfares through the city, through this area of the city, because it does lead up, eventually by your hotel. So you're within, like, you're still, like, you still would have been, like, at a nice walk, like, maybe, like, 15, 20 minutes away from your hotel at this point in time. You had gone, like, half an hour, like, 40 minutes away to get to where the local boys gang was, the abandoned building that you learned about. So you were, generally speaking, like, halfway home when you kind of ran into this one. So that's kind of where you're at. You're kind of running in here. I'm going to say, with all the panic and stuff, you can probably notice Frosty and Naomi certainly standing around, as they are two of the only people not running away, standing around.
About the standing around bit, I look at the bus, and there's kind of this sort of flash of, like, perhaps thinking back to something. I pull up my gun and I start executing the gang members.
Okay. So, certainly speaking, from the bus, certain people begin to kind of, like, seemingly get themselves together and kind of, like, start running away from it too. People come out of the back of the van. It's very slow going. As you're kind of, like, moving through and going to the area where they're doing, they are kind of, like, they're actually looking at you. Some of them are noticing you, and, like, you will get kind of these strange half nods, especially, like, the young boys don't seem to be, like, kind of, like, just panicking, but, like, some of the women are at least, kind of giving you a nod and stuff like that. Frosty, for a second, looks like she is going to do something to stop you, but then just kind of, like, kind of shakes her head and kind of, like, stops for a second, kind of, like, seemingly catching her breath. So now the two of you can see that Naomi's kind of just going around and looks like finishing off some people. There seems to be maybe about, not quite a dozen, maybe like 9 or 10 of these individuals total was there, including the one that's a mess from a building, but you probably just see there's like a bloody guy over there, but who knows if this is related to this or not, but half related maybe, but you don't know what happened.
Unrelated building jumping.
You just decided to commit suicide, officer.
So this is the scene that at least the two of you are coming in on, while I'm going to assume, Alucard, you're kind of back, kind of with your drone, kind of watching everything.
I'm still, I never left the taxi. I'm gonna get on comms and just go, guys, we don't have time for cleanup. Let's get the hell out of here before more of them might show up.
The taxi driver's like, get out, I don't want any trouble, get out.
I guess you're walking back now.
Christ.
Well, I don't think the taxi's going anywhere either.
He will actually begin to move it because it's a kind of like bike taxi. I've kind of described them before as the type of vehicle it is. So he'll actually be able to, like, kind of squeeze it, like, up into things.
Lane splitting.
He's going to do a little lane splitting and actually kind of get up on the one like sidewalk for a little bit and kind of go in between there. He's just going to kind of maneuver through things. You can see this guy probably, like, really skilled at going through traffic, but then you kind of think about, like, couldn't you done this earlier? But also it's like, it's probably a little illegal and probably just following the traffic laws means that, like, he's technically a taxi service, so probably doesn't want to push it. Because if he really needed to get there fast,
I just want to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, he doesn't want anything to do with it anymore.
I'll hop out. I'm like, guys, we should get going. Taxi's gone.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Ari and Nox are walking up to you guys, or running up to you guys, like, hey, what's going on here?
The aftermath.
Bolster my
see the spell go off, did we?
You
No.
probably heard it.
Yeah, we weren't
It
there.
was more of a, like-
no, because it was just an absence of sound. We
Yeah,
shouldn't
it's
have
like
even
it's
heard
like
it.
there was a lot of like screaming. The gunfire
then it
begun
just went
first,
quiet.
and then all just went quiet, like in the area, because it was like a concentrated area of screaming. Certainly, there was kind of maybe like cars honking horns and a couple like coarse words, but they were kind of echoing from all around at that time. And now, like, there is some screaming and stuff, but it's kind of like from the outskirts. Like, a lot of people are just kind of like running away, and there's probably some of the gunfire that's going off is like having some people run away too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go after I finish doing the job. I'm gonna go make sure Frosty's okay.
We should probably get out of here. Sorry.
Yes.
That's what I've been saying.
Got us in some trouble.
We'll speak of this later. Alone.
Sorry, everybody. Might have gotten us in some trouble.
Yeah, let's get out of here before more trouble appears.
Yeah. She's obviously looking like she hit by a truck, kind of would be described of it. It looks she's like kind of out of it and stuff like there.
And you can't heal that any other way but time or drain.
Yeah. You'll be able to kind of escape. Are you doing anything or just heading back to the hotel? That's the question I have.
I'm assuming just heading straight back.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't go straight back in case someone's watching. We did make a mess.
We should find somewhere quiet.
At least for a bit.
Alucard, can you send... I'm gonna go and change over there. Can you have a drone pick up my clothes?
I'll just have to pick them up. My drones are the ones I have. The ones I was able to bring are very small.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. My good stuff doesn't come until tomorrow.
I mean, I'm trying to be a little bit inconspicuous, so I was like...
You're saying this and probably like, everybody's like, okay. That's weird.
Well, Nox is probably the only one who's confused. Nox and Frosty are probably the ones who are confused by that.
Yeah, Nox doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know that you're...
No.
I'm just like, you weren't really even involved in.
Actually,
what
wait,
happened,
Frosty's a mage, so she
Frost-
might have an idea.
Frosty definitely has an idea.
Well,
Yes.
does having magical power give you insight into that kind of stuff?
So you see like an overlay.
If you're doing a perception, what is it?
Astral
magical
perception.
Astral
Yeah.
perception,
Yes.
yeah.
Because astral perception you can do, and basically you can overlay the astral plane onto reality, and it's something that mages tend to sometimes do because it's sort of like, yes, it's a little confusing, but you're kind of trying to like do a double bit of information and can kind of compare things. It's an easy way of being like, is there anything kind of generally magical in this area? Because again, like going full astral is a kind of different entire thing entirely, but you can kind of like generally see where overlays of magic and stuff are like that. So
Yeah, and
there's a good chance
like,
she probably with magical powers did that when she first met you anyway.
yeah, because what you see apparently is like it. You see like kind of like like the shape of their true form sort of in the astral.
Yeah.
It wasn't very
Gotcha.
clear how that worked, but in the thing it just didn't say mechanically how that works,
It's
but
just
kind of gives you an
mechanically
idea
is what it
that
means
something's off.
is if something's looking in the astral, you will notice there's something odd about them, and if you at least have a little bit of knowledge, you might be able to identify them as a shifter or something.
Yeah, basically shifters are relatively rare, so it's like they might not know what that means, but
I will tell
they can
you
tell something's weird.
from already kind of like seeing stuff, Frosty's got a lot of knowledge. Basically, she's like
That's fair.
she's very much
Oh,
a
yeah, she's an
veteran
elf.
Shadowrunner. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a
know.
long-lived elf.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
to you, unless you really feel it's necessary, you weren't even involved in what happened.
The point is so that way I can keep an eye from a distance.
Okay.
I'll
I
keep
will
watch
also have my
and see if
drones
there's-
flying up around with you, keeping an eye out.
Okay. So I guess if you want to be stealthy about this, I will need a check from you. That's appropriate. Let me take a look.
There's sneaking as a skill.
There is the
Yes,
sneak skill.
sneaking. So probably a dexterity sneak skill here. We'll say, ooh,
Agility.
sorry, agility. Yes. Thank you. Agility sneak, and then I'm gonna put it at a difficulty 3 right now. There really isn't great places to be necessarily super stealthy, but you can kind of maybe get lucky and find a place that's a little bit more outside of the purview of people. Maybe like an alley or something. Certainly speaking.
What the hell?
Oh, I was gonna ask if you wanted help because
Yikes.
I can
see, that's
sneak
the thing,
around and I have specialization in urban environments for sneaking.
Yeah, but I have 9 dice. This should have been. I'm like, that should be about right. But then I roll this.
Yeah.
That's unlucky blood. Yeah. Wait,
Nice.
you said difficulty. Oh wait, so is difficulty 3 the amount of successes you need?
Yes.
Yeah, that's how many
Yeah.
successes
Ah,
you need.
that's what that means.
Yes.
I mean, you could Wyrm. You could edge.
Well, don't do
This-
that on stream.
Why not?
Yeah, I forget what edging.
Show the people,
what,
coward. No, I can.
I forget what edge. I forget what
You
edging
can spend
does.
an edge to reroll all your failures.
Yeah.
That is
But
one of the
You
main
can
ways
reroll
to
all
do
your
it.
dice.
Oh, you
Got
guys.
it.
So just like
And
a new roll.
I have said that you get 1 edge per session, so you get 1 back.
I
at the
literally
end of the
haven't used
session.
any, so.
And you can also get it back by stuff that you do during the course of the game too.
What the hell?
Would my specialization in urban environments apply here for sneaking? Or
I would
no?
say yes. This is definitely an urban environment. If you kind of look around.
Nice.
Lord have
I guess
mercy.
I can try to roll my sneaking, I suppose.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those days.
Yeah,
Uh,
4 1s. 4 1s on that motherfucker.
I'm gonna say you
I don't know
probably.
if I.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So
I'm
certainly
the
speaking,
only one.
the only one, like, I'm gonna say this in general probably also applies to all of you to a degree because you're also trying to like keep out of the light of sight. Like, as much as probably the exact gang members are down, it doesn't mean that you want to attract a lot of attention from other locals that you don't know who's maybe would be
Yeah.
one to be connected with the local gang here. They are a pretty big local gang, so you're attempting to kind of get out of sight, out of mind. And well, at least it seems like Alucard is doing a bit of a job here. But I will definitely say,
Well-
so I was giving the difficulty for Ari finding a place completely out of sight for transforming. I'm going to say it was going to be technically a little less difficult for moving around, but
Oh.
because it's kind of a group thing, I have to look up how those were.
Well,
Group checks.
luckily for me, I'm at least kind of wearing like an Afghan scarf to cover bits of face from gribbly sands and
Yeah.
rusty dust.
Mm,
Teamwork checks. Okay, cool, great. All right. So I'm gonna make an assumption here. I'm gonna make an assumption here
Mhm.
because one of you had a specialization in more dice, correct?
Nox,
I
Nox.
had specialization and 10 dice total, I think. Yeah, 10
there should've
dice.
been 2 extra dice. For
It did apply. I just rolled like dog shit.
Yes. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is, most likely, because a teamwork test has a leader, you would have been the logical leader in the case of this. So what I need you to do is, you're getting to roll extra dice. So you get so though Ari kind of failed on the I find a place extra to go to. For the other 2, we're gonna say that they are assisting you, so you can roll 6 extra dice. Because they got 6 extra hits. So
Gotcha.
there you go. And we'll see how that rolls.
So I don't think there's a button. I just roll 6 extra d6s.
Let's just roll that for
The
now. I think
chat.
it's like there's the thing that you do for 5s for checking successes. I forget what that's called. The less than 5.
Yeah,
Oh,
so you
yeah,
increase the
it's-
limit by 1 for each participant who gets at least 1
I
success.
think he means like inline rolling in chat.
Oh,
You do like less than 5 or greater than 5?
Oh yeah, you do I think it's greater than less than 5.
Less than
No.
less than 5.
That was yeah.
No.
No.
So that'd be great. So you want greater than or equal to 5. That's what it.
Okay, greater than or equal to.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wait,
try
probably
that.
greater than
It
4.
did not roll properly,
Oh well.
but I only got the 1
Must-
6. The
So
1
you got
success.
2
Greater than-
successes.
I don't
Okay.
I'll look it up again. I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll try and roll. I'll try and look it up real quick.
Mm-hmm. But that would be 2 successes still, or 2 successes total then. So I will keep that in mind for your going through here. Anyway, all right. So you managed to kind of like move through the streets. I'm all like, or you're trying to keep an eye out for some place that you can kind of get out of the way, basically temporarily, and kind of like do your thing. Unfortunately, like there really isn't a good spot that like you can't hear like people or windows nearby. There's like someone throwing out their garbage somewhere nearby, and you're kind of like sneaking around trying to avoid them. And as a group, you're kind of like moving through some like alleys, kind of still heading towards the hotel, but trying to make your way there. So it'll be a little bit of while for passing through some things, occasionally crossing some streets and stuff. But you can eventually make your way back to the hotel. Now, whether or not anybody noticed you or knew where you were going, you're not 100% sure. But at very least, you attempted to hide your tracks in that from the scene, which is still a bit ways away, so that helps. But nonetheless, you've made it back to
Well,
the
we
hotel
also have
safely.
security at the hotel, at least.
Yes, that's helpful. Anyway, you'll be able to make it back inside, of course, and be the guards will kind of greet you all. Of course, the two of you that walked away on your own is kind of interesting, but the fact that no one's coming back on a taxi when the original came on in a taxi kind of like it's like okay, I guess maybe you met up with them, but they're not really going to say much about it as they kind of like give at least a little like head nod to you kind of coming back to the hotel and stuff, and like kind of lets you in the main gates. So
Yeah. I just want to say for statistics purposes, we rolled 47 dice and got
It happens.
I mean, I can't
9
believe
total
I got
successes.
I can't believe I got 5 successes.
Just be that way.
I rolled 4 6s and a 5.
Mm-hmm. You certainly rolled.
I'm a spider monkey. What can I say?
Mm-hmm. All right. So then Peaceful will kind of give you a kind of nod as you kind of head up there, as he's still kind of doing his job, basically guarding the floor. His rifle beside him as he's, enjoying something. At this point in time, it seems like he's got his comm on to some kind of musical channel, and he's kind of like enjoying just listening to music while smoking on his cigar, kind of hanging out there like there. He does have a drink there, but you can kind of tell it looks to be just some like water with a couple pieces of like ice in it or something like that. It definitely looks fancy and a little out of place here, but then maybe he gets the run of the ice maker down by the hall there too. The ice maker that you might have to bang a little bit because of it to work because it's like hot and humid.
That's
and
just
awful.
every ice maker.
In a hotel, it's mostly working. Hey, look, it's luxury hotel. They've got an ice maker in the hall.
Yeah, true. True.
At least it's
Very
not
true.
a mice maker.
Well, I mean, those are eaten by the lizards too.
Yeah.
Or the giant cockroaches eat them first, and then they might eat them. It's hard to tell how the circle of life works in this
Yeah.
hotel.
It's a very diverse food chain.
Who eats
There
the
we go.
lizards?
Probably like just the lions and stuff out there. You are in Africa. But it's hard to say if it's like normal lions or like magic lions, because there's probably some of those
Wicked
also.
lions.
I'm not gonna lie.
Those- Yeah, I mean those definitely exist.
I'm not completely knowledgeable about the paranormal creatures of Africa.
Yeah.
At least
Because
Shadowrun.
I'm gonna go take Frosty to her room since she's not doing great.
Yeah, she seems a little like out of it and stuff. Are the rest of you
So
just
you
heading
take
back
her
to
to
your
her room?
rooms then, or are you doing anything else?
Yeah. I'm probably going back to my room and I'm going to do one more computer search.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Um,
I mean, there's a bird that pecks on the window of
I
Alucard's
let you
room.
in and the computer close. Oh
Mhm.
no, I'll say your clothes are in your room and open your door for you.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure the guy's gonna be a little curious of why. Oh,
So-
be careful of your lizard.
So, I'm going to say though, so because Ari wasn't very stealthful, Nox, up to you whether you want to say something about it. You definitely would have noticed Ari trying to like hide somewhere, then a pile of clothes fall down and a bird fly out of nowhere. You did not see the transformation, but you saw that, and then you saw Alucard gathering up some clothes afterwards. And Ari wasn't there anymore.
Makes a mental note of that.
Yeah, Nox will remember that.
Yeah, Nox will remember this.
Nox, you probably don't understand anything what happened, but it was definitely
No,
weird.
doesn't understand
I'm
what's going
just gonna
on.
be like, be careful of the lizards.
You ran up on a scene of people unconscious, and then I think Frosty fucking killing people. Now this after we got back to the
Naomi
hotel.
specifically, not
Naomi
Frosty.
was
Naomi was killing people. Sorry, I misspoke. Yeah,
Frosty
this whole
only,
thi-
like-
this
Well,
whole
we're
day.
Probably-
different. Not all elves look the same.
Frosty only probably gave them
Not-
like a brain hemorrhage or something like that, you know?
This whole day has been weird. This whole day's been fucking awful.
I mean, you
I'm
did
gonna just start rolling my computer searches, just so you know.
Sure. All right. Why don't you give me which one you were looking into, though? I do have to ask.
I'm looking into her guy, the guy we got a tip on that might know more about the main guy.
Can. Didn't you already roll Can
Can.
before?
Yeah, but I can try searching again.
Okay, yeah. I see what you're saying. You want to take
yeah.
another search.
He just completely he basically if I recall he
Glitched out.
yeah.
glitched. Yeah.
Not
Okay.
not a critical glitch, but just a glitch.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm
if you
probably
wanna-
not going to roll down to a single die again this time.
3 successes. Okay, pretty good.
-1. I'm gonna stop there. 6
So
successes.
6 successes. So with 6 successes, you will, and looking deep into Lagos, you will get a little bit more information, but not much. It seems as though that unfortunately there isn't a lot of information online about what you're looking into, but you will hear some information about a Hawala named Kayan, who's rumored to be a great place to go to in Lagos when it comes to fencing or gaining information on a lot of antiquities and older valuable items. And that he seems to be one of the top black market dealers in the area, if you can find him. Unfortunately, it does seem as though this is like information that's basically from like one runner that's basically talking about kind of running into him or learning about him or something like that. It seems as though there isn't a lot of like online footprint about this man. Perhaps-
Okay, I'll let people know in the morning about
Yes. Yeah. It's a little bit more information, but not a lot of information, unfortunately. But you did get deeper. More successful.
this. Yeah. Well, hey, we know it's antiquities, so main guy we're looking for might be dealing with something with an antiquity.
Well, you were aware that Samriel basically probably stole an artifact from someone, so
Yeah.
maybe this man's a good one to
Which
sell
kinda
it.
confirms it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at very least, maybe he might know who Samriel would go to. Or something.
Contact.
Yeah.
To contact to
Yeah.
sell it. Yeah.
It definitely is the kind of person that would be good to talk to about this. You've confirmed that. All right. So Naomi, you can take Frosty to her room where she'll kind of like grab a drink, probably one of the very terrible like
Fair.
watered alcohols that's on the little wet bar there. Just take like a cup of it and just take a big swig down and kind of shake her head and then kind of like sit down and kind of relax and kind of just go.
For what it's worth, you did the right thing.
I don't know. I think I jeopardized things around here a little bit.
Kind of shrug. I think it'll work out fine.
Well, guess we have to be careful, though. Even if no one got any good information, at the very least, the area boys might be keeping an eye out for us, looking out. Not good.
It just changes the parameters of the job. I'm sure we'll figure something out. I'm more curious in why. No. What are you?
Just a mage. Just a mage with a lot of training and a lot of experience. I think I've been running the shadows for a lot of years. We'll just put it that way.
Okay. I see. I see. Well, I I don't blame you. I'm not going to judge you. The others, who's to say?
Look, and I guess I'll say it this much because you recognized a little bit more. I had a really good teacher, one of the best in the world. At least knows a lot of good stuff. And helped out a lot. Had more time, I would say. If you needed some tips, I could always give a few. But I've never been much of a teacher myself. And, I wouldn't ask that teacher be on in anybody. Not gonna lie. I'll try to be a little bit quieter, because I didn't have time to clean anything up there. Not that I don't think they have a lot of great magicians that could necessarily track everything. But as long as I'm not doing much, probably won't be noticeable.
At least the gang members who've seen our faces are dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
I apologize for doing that suddenly. I do not take kidnapping lightly. Especially of people so young.
A lot of bad things, and sometimes it's hard just to say no, especially when it's that close to you. Like, I get it. And not gonna lie, if there wasn't a lot of the other people around, I probably would have gotten something a little bit more violent too. So, we should both be careful though. You weren't throwing out anything super powerful, so your signature might not be as noticeable as mine. Might overpower it a little bit too. Definitely gonna keep an eye out for me. They'll know something's up. Maybe not know how strong it is. Might assume certain things. But as long as I'm not casting anything right now, might be fine. I might have to rely on the rest of you then.
I think everyone here is fairly capable. Admittedly, I don't know them as well as I should, but
yeah. I'll keep me as a
kind of
backup
like
then.
as like a little joke, will kind of point to the ears and shrug. It's hard knowing younger people.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
But let's keep the spell business between the two of us.
Sure, they shouldn't know about anything. It is a backup, as much as I'm hesitant to use it again.
I saw it.
I'd prefer you don't tear your body apart.
I don't have to go full power. As much as I'm strong, I would have gone deeper.
And then in the morning, we'll all have a nice conversation about it.
I don't think I'm... Look, I can't really hide it too much from what you saw, at least. I'm not the strongest there is. But if you're talking about the top 1% of mages in the world, I might be up there. Close to it, at least. Not gonna lie about that. I've known that for a while. I've kept a lot out of the radar. Even with occasional flares of temper. Normally I'm traveling around enough, it doesn't matter. So.
I'll kind of give a little nod. Well, I may not be as adept at casting. I did not have any fancy training, but what he did was powerful, and I do respect it. But let's keep it for emergencies only.
Fine with that. Alright. So you'll kind of head back to your rooms and kind of relax for a little bit. Now, I have to remember who contacted who. Yes, last week to see who we had. Joe
Give me one second.
and Momo, you both contacted people. Naomi
Yeah.
contacted Reina, right?
Yep.
And Alucard contacted Dick, or was it Angie?
No, it was Dick.
It was Dick. So, your good friend Dick, Mr. Johnson, your contact with some corporate ties, will basically be able to contact you and be like, "Hey, look, sorry, buddy, I wasn't really able to find anything else." He's just going to send you a message, what the message will read, rather, or kind of like, probably like a voice, a video mail or something like that,
Yeah.
So wasn't able to find anything directly about him. Not a lot of names going around like that, but I know a few folks, if you need some names in town, that might be able to help you out. And I might be able to get in contact with some of the locals on the island nearby to talk about. They might be able to help you out if you can get to the island. Might be a good place to talk to some people. A little more difficult to get to, but if you get over there, I can send you the right way. Some people that, generally speaking, would be friendly for the right price or for perhaps a little favor. Just let me know what you need.
I'll respond back. Yeah, when you get a chance, send me the details and I'll look into it.
Okay.
Thanks for your help.
So,
I know there's also going to be a big time difference, so.
Yes, there will be. So you will have a contact then, or someone you can reach out to in Ares Arms in its African branch, as it has a representation in the island on Lagos Island. Like with many of the corporations, you're outside of corporate jurisdictions in many ways, but doesn't mean there aren't a lot of major corporate interests here, especially on the island. Hence why it's very difficult to get in there. There's a nice river blocking most of the city from them, and people watching that. So, with no government, it's a little bit different, and the corps basically very much so rule their own areas. So
True.
but yeah, Ares Arms, a man named Jason Shimmer. Again, whether or not Jason will be super friendly towards you, you're not told. You're just knowing that if you need someone who might know something about the locals on the corporate side of things, Jason might be the one to talk to. Just name Jason Shimmer. Now, Reina's going to give you a call.
There is something I technically need to resolve before this.
Okay.
Because of my mentor spirit, I have learned some hints of Frosty's secrets. As per my mentor spirit Snake, I must succeed a charisma willpower 3 test to avoid pursuing secrets or knowledge that few people know about when I receive hints of its existence.
Okay. Cool.
So I have to roll a composure check.
Can I get a quick recap? Sorry, that was my dad, and with all the
Yeah.
crazy stuff with his
Um,
diagnosis, I
Alright, I
just
resist.
wanted
Yeah.
to take his call.
Alakar basically got a contact from got contacted by his Mr. Johnson contact, Dick, who gave him a name of someone in Ares Arms, their African branch, which is represented on, he's got an enclave over on Lagos Island, to basically, hey, if you want someone that knows about the area and might be able to find some things out about this, that's a person to talk to. Basically, he's like, I couldn't find anything. There's not anything in my wheelhouse. This is someone you could talk to, but it's someone that you've never met before. So it's a friend of a contact, basically, or maybe a contact of a contact.
All I really needed to know is Alakar got a name of someone who could help.
Yeah, someone that you might be able to talk to.
I just wanted to know what I missed in brief.
No. On the other hand, so Lena here was looking into Kane. So let me see here what it is here. Make sure I'm getting the right information here.
Was Dick his contact or the name of the person who
Dick was
he could talk to?
Dick was the Mr. Johnson. That's Alakar's contact.
That's my contact. Jason Shimmer is the contact that you gave me.
Yes.
Oh, there it is. I see it in the chat. Okay.
Okay. Did I roll that previously? I don't think I did. So, okay, I'm going to roll something here. I think I can roll a bit. Let me roll. It would be because connections plus loyalty. I'm just remembering in my brain, right?
Yeah. If you need their connection and loyalty, I can give it to them.
I have the numbers written down, fortunately.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Let me just roll that. I'll see what I get her. Okay. All right. So, let me see what this is here. Not bad. Okay. And then one more. Sorry. Just rolling some stuff here to make sure I make the right numbers of things. That there too. Awesome. Okay. All right. So you'll get a contact from Reyna, and she'll be like, she'll give you a call. I assume you'll answer it when you can.
Oh, yeah, I'll answer.
Yeah. I've looked into some things about this Cayenne individual. I got some information. I could dive a little deeper. I might be able to find something out. I found someone that I could talk to. Just let me know if you want to hear a little bit more. So, I found out that he's a Hwala, one of the local bankers in the area. No, he's working at the port. Apparently, somewhere in the port. I know that rumor has it that if you ask around the right person, maybe give a nice right bribe, someone might know him. Unfortunately, don't have an exact location yet. But you give me maybe like half a day, I might be able to dive a little deeper.
That is good. That'll work. Yes.
All right. But at very least, if that helps you enough to start out with, that could help. Again, you just have to find the right person to talk to. Might be a little difficult, but since he's kind of in the port area, you know.
It's a good lead. I appreciate your work.
Yeah, just let me know if you want to dig any deeper.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just let me know if you want her to continue working on it. She'll have some more
Yeah,
checks to do.
probably will want her to work a little more.
So it'll be more time consuming, but she'll be able to roll some more checks herself too. So anyway, all right. So unless anybody's doing anything else, we'll have the evening come and go, and you'll get into the next day, having kind of relaxed. Frosty will recover a little bit, kind of taking some time. It was only some stun damage, so it does go away at a decent rate. She's probably not up to 100%, but definitely a lot better after a, night's rest and such. It's another... Have we had a night's sleep? No, we haven't. So you've kind of been working since you got here. So this is your first real night here. And it's a very hot and sweaty night. I mean, you've one of you took a nap with the lizard and stuff before, but you really didn't have a full sleep. Technically, probably multiples of you. The lizard it is on the bed. It's hard to get it off the bed. You have to sleep around it or just with it. Your choice. It lives there. They very much like their spot. They've been well trained, maybe wanders around at certain points of the day. You just don't notice. Hard to say. But anyway, other than a hot, sweaty night, it won't be too bad. Certainly speaking, there's basically the windows are closed up and areas that you can open up. You kind of put some netting down and stuff like that. Not that you necessarily have to worry too much about some of the bugs and stuff, but there can be some mosquitoes and things around. So usually you put some you either leave the windows closed and just be hot, or you put up some netting and open the windows and then stuff too. And most of the beds have a little bit of netting around it too that you kind of set up to keep things a little safe during the travels. Even in the middle of the city, there still are some mosquitoes around as much as you'd probably have to worry about out in the wilds and stuff like that. Or some of the
bug spirits.
Yeah, at least there's not that. At least not right now. Who knows? But you'll all be able to kind of assemble up in the morning, kind of getting up. Of course, Peaceful kind of give you a nod of his hat, tip of his hat kind of thing to all of you, as you know, in the morning, as you're not sure if he ever left. Maybe he did. Maybe he was switched off. But at least now that it's the morning, he's back at his position. Maybe there was someone at night you did not notice.
Sure.
But yeah.
I'll get on the comms if people want to meet in my room again. I was able to dig up a little information on the Hawala guy.
All right. So you'll kind of I assume you'll kind of assemble. Frosty will head over there, certainly to meet with you, and kind of wait for everybody to show up. I'm assuming everybody does. So, you're all in the room,
yeah.
And but first, before we share some information, I do have to apologize. Yesterday, I used some pretty potent magic and knocked all those guys out. The problem with that is, didn't really have a lot of time to hide things. I don't know if all of you are familiar, but when you cast a lot of spells, people can kind of read what that is, the signature left behind. Normally, most of us, when we do a lot of magic, especially on a job, we take some time to clean it up. Didn't really do that yesterday, so I really, though I'm a pretty strong mage, I can't really use a lot of it now, just because leave more of a signature, and the area boys probably aren't happy with us, even if they don't know who we are. So, unfortunately, I don't think we can rely on my abilities for that right now. Contacts and other skills, sure, but I'm not going to be flinging any spells unless you want local gangs barking down our throats.
It's probably the best that the people who met with the local gangs wasn't involved in what happened, really.
Yes, and I do not apologize for dispensing justice.
No comment.
I mean, I would have preferred not to have to get into it, but it is what it is.
I also want to bring something up. I may have made a mistake yesterday, and keep an eye out for anyone poking around or who might be from the Evo Corporation.
Why?
I hit the wrong number on my phone on the compad.
Do we want to know who you called?
I won't
don't-
dig into your past if you do not wish to say.
Let's just say someone.
You didn't want to hear from.
Well, they are. Let's just say they would be eager to double cross me if they got the chance. And I basically just told them that I'm in Lago. So, yeah.
Why?
Would they really send someone this far? To...
I don't know. It's possible.
Why do you have
To
the
be
number
fair.
in your phone still? Sorry, calm.
Well, I was dialing Alicar's number from memory because I thought it'd be faster, and I dialed the wrong number from memory.
Is this an immediate threat to our lives?
No, it's unlikely.
Oh, we should be straight then.
It's unlikely to be a threat to anyone's life,
Well,
except maybe mine.
Fortunately,
No,
Evo doesn't
No.
tend to have a division here in Africa.
Well,
Middle East, not Africa.
that's good.
I hate to do it, but it's hints of knowledge were revealed. I have to roll another check for composure.
Mods, they're using their phones.
All right,
Beat
I'm
them
good.
to death. With hammers.
I don't care about your knowledge and information. There's no interest to me.
I care not for this nerd shit.
Well, now that that's all out
Is
of
there
the
any other
way,
secrets we need to reveal?
Nope.
Doesn't. I wonder if Nox gives me a weird look at that question.
He's kind of looking at all of you weird because you're all weirdos.
That's fair.
too.
This is how we find out Nox is racist.
Yeah. Listen, I'm just not a big fan of your people. No, I'm kidding.
I
No,
think I think the people who did the Night of Rage had some good ideas.
all I'm saying is like, maybe we're a little too harsh.
You know, maybe Switzerland has some good ideas, guys.
Yeah. All I'm saying is like,
Maybe the Pope wasn't wrong about metahumans.
at least he was making groceries cheaper. No, Nox isn't gonna say anything. Doesn't have anything.
God.
He's looking at you all weird because there's been a lot of weird events over the past 12 hours less.
Yeah, that's fair. It's been a bit of a time. I think Alucard might be the most normal one out of us three.
Yeah.
I just stick to my machines,
Yeah. Nox doesn't have a
Grease
problem with
monkey.
Alucard. Nox is chill with him.
Just don't step on my tail. That's all I ask.
Yeah, it's fair.
Mhm.
I feel like we might need to have a bigger discussion later when we're done with more pressing events.
Yeah. But back to the subject at hand. I did find out that Huala,
I'll be right back again.
he is a good person to talk to when it comes to black market stuff and artifacts.
Ooh.
So he should have some information on he should be able to give us some insight into this guy. I also heard back from one of my contacts back in Seattle. If we make it over to Lagos Island, I have a name that I can look over, try to talk to in Ares Arms. He might have information on the guy we're looking for. He at least has a lot more corporate ties.
Well,
Okay, that's not bad.
not impossible to get over to the island, but it's going to take some time usually. Traffic over the bridges are... Well, you can spend a few hours going over them, from what I've heard.
Jesus. You don't think it'd be faster to just walk at that point?
It's an island.
You can walk around
You
it.
can walk upon the water.
Over the bridge. Unless it's cars only.
So we just basically told each other that there was the
The Echo Bridge
I
is
said about
definitely
my
not the way to
contacts.
go.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
but
Also, speaking of vehicles, my van should be arriving at the airport today.
Oh, that's good.
I'll go over the.
call yet, but
I'll also go over the information I acquired, which I have forgotten half of it already. So we're gonna need to probably bribe people to find out who that guy is, but I have someone.
your
digging for
information
more
was
information.
that he tends to work out of the port region.
Yeah. I'll
Um,
also bring up I'm working on getting more information.
um,
Fair.
Cool.
I mean, I could also, thinking about it, I could also talk to my friend Aggie. She's into the smuggling market. Maybe she might actually be able to find something a little bit more, since that's what we're really dealing with.
Seems like these are good ways to get information. Depends on how well we want to handle it, how deeply we want to dive into it.
I mean, she's the one who was able to smuggle my van over.
Okay. Yeah. Might not be a bad idea to dive in there. Smugglers might know something.
So we know Kyan works at the port and is an artifact dealer of some variety.
Yeah, and works in the black market. I mean, if someone, even if he doesn't know about our mark, he might know, where someone like him might be going to sell it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
True.
Well, if we're gonna pick up your van from the airport, we'll be heading north to do that. We could split up again, or we could go to different areas. The port is large, so not necessarily easy to bribe the right person. Unfortunately, might take some time. More information might not be bad.
Is the main port the?
It's J.
Oh yeah,
I think,
J.
right?
Technically, it's J, but really, that's like the port is all
I
around
assume it's all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's
okay.
probably the largest part of the port.
Yeah.
You know.
I would say stretching
That
from
happens.
G all the way down around up to the
Yeah.
edge. So basically, the entire
Like-
water line of Apapa, I would say, is the port. While J is probably the center of the port, where a lot of the major things is.
It's
So,
yeah, it's probably
Oh,
where the
Lord.
big ships dock.
but there's probably
makes sense.
there is shipping all around the place. Right around where you have G, there's that's the main bridge you would take to get across. That's covered in traffic. Just to give you some basic information, which is probably easy to look up, if you would try to cross over into Lagos Island using that, which is the main bridge most people use, because the other bridge is a little bit more difficult to go on to and a little bit more patrolled. That's the one that most wage slates goes on. It's also a lot smaller. If you can see, like, you probably have to go from way up north to get on there, or go in through like certain areas of the mainland. There are people that do set up like shops and stuff all along the bridge to service people that are traveling across it because it takes so long. And also under the bridge, there's also like trade markets and stuff like that are patrolled by people looking after it. We'll just say it that way, So it is an entire thing. So there's entrepreneurs that will sell you food, beverages, and services while you're traveling across the bridge. Haircuts to a backseat quickie. Or drugs, because a lot of people there are corporate wage slaves, and maybe they need a little something to keep it open.
All the
Or
things
three
you
at the
need.
same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the
Nothing wrong-
necessities.
Nothing wrong with to pick me up.
I just realized that bridge is like half a mile long.
It's
Yeah.
a really long bridge. That's a real bridge in real life, by the way.
So basically, that's Echo Bridge, which is the main bridge.
Also, of all the things, I'm always surprised how weirdly good Shadowrun is at getting things accurate. This is a really big harbor in real life.
The other bridge is usable.
Yeah, that's a really big bridge.
There was a big accident, and a lot of it collapsed, and they've rebuilt it, so it's usable.
That's rough.
It's
So, there is technically 2 bridges. Technically.
Yeah.
That's why you see a lot of traffic on Echo Bridge, because the other one is usable.
Yep.
But it's also a much longer bridge and in worse shape.
Yeah, so we're dangerous.
And that's
usable.
Carter Bridge.
I hope not.
I mean, you could try and hope that it doesn't do that.
You're gonna lose your van if you get on that one.
What a great
No, I
fish
said
you're
am
gonna be-
I usable.
You're gonna be
Just me
fishing that out of the
personally.
lagoon.
You could also possibly get berries, but most of those are like controlled by local gangs and stuff like that, and could result in problems.
Yeah.
It's not like we pissed off any local gangs.
I don't know what we
It's
look
not like you
yet.
pissed off the main local gang. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, exactly. There's still some gangs that don't care about us.
Yeah, they probably don't know about you. Certainly speaking, any Yoruban-based one probably doesn't give a crap, because also, they hate the other group anyway, so they might, be happy with you, honestly.
Honestly, Diane, I am so happy.
So the area boys, because they're Igbo-based, but certainly speaking, the Yoruban gang, probably, those gangs probably are okay with you. Probably. But yeah, so that's kind of where we are there with getting, if you want to get into Lagos Island, that's the easiest way there. As for getting to the airport, it's not too difficult. You've gone there before. You probably either want to take one of the buses that goes that way. And certainly speaking from your airport, you easily could get one of the local buses. Pretty, I wouldn't say easily, but well enough, rather than the taxis, because the taxis aren't really made for 5 people.
No.
They're like,
They
again,
have a squeeze.
yeah, they're like motorcycles made to become taxis that could probably fit like 3 people very easily in them. They're meant to be kind of, again, they do dodge in and out of traffic as needed, but they also are a little bit like not completely insane for traveling. There too.
Yeah.
But
Also, Ari, probably will need you to talk to Peaceful and see if we can finalize the arrangements of parking here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You seem to have a good rapport with him.
Oh. I just looked up something because I was curious. Okay, Lagos is one of the places where people honk all the time.
Oh, it's one of those.
Yeah.
there are normal cabs too, but usually again a normal cab for 5 people is kind of hard too. So that's why
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
one of the damn folks
Unless
probably
you get
gets
like a
one to go.
minivan cab,
Well, that's what
Uber XL.
just a minor explanation of all of that. So basically, I went to India once, and it was like there too. They basically have like almost like a language for honking, kind of.
Yeah.
But it's yeah, the whole idea is also that some people just don't have mirrors, so they use their ears to know who's around them.
If anything,
so, like,
people in
not honking is bad.
The West do not use their horns enough.
Fair.
Anyway, it just means traffic is also incredibly loud.
Well,
Yeah.
why don't we take our break here before you head out? Because I'm assuming the airport's the
Yeah.
next thing. Are you all going to go together first is the question I'm going to ask.
I'll go to the airport because I'm going to stop at one of these markets to ask some questions about perhaps some black market dealers.
You will have to let me know if you're going to either the Leventis store Ojui Market or the Amulet Market. Those are the three big markets, and they are technically in between you and the airport. So if you're going out, coming
I
back,
gotta figure out which one I want.
I mean, I would recommend us all sticking together just
Yeah.
because look what happened last time we split
Hey,
up.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same. Then Nox was gonna hang around Naomi if Naomi was going around the shops.
yeah.
All right. So if you need a snack, drink, bathroom break, anything like that, go ahead and get them, and we'll be back in a little bit to continue the adventure. So we'll see you in a minute.
Yep, sounds good.
Have us head back in. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're back in here. I was briefly distracted as the game master by the fact that Adeptus Con is going on, and I'm like, I gotta learn about this because like I have shows where I talk about like magic and Warhammer.
I've done
and
it,
shit
Chad.
like
I've
that.
successfully integrated Warhammer into Tanthus's job.
My
I
condolences.
resisted it for like 5 years, and then was like,
Unfortunately for
half-resisting
you,
it for the next
it's now
3.
entered like the popular zeitgeist, so you're screwed.
Yeah.
I like always had my pinky toe in miniatures games, but like it's like I gotta actually pay attention to it. It got into popular zeitgeist. Damn you, plague!
You will learn about plastic toys.
Look, it's the same thing as I
Refuse.
occasionally try to learn about like what the hell's going on in like Pokemon cards and like Yu-Gi-Oh, and I'm like, I fucking don't know what this means. Something's going on. We'll kind of try to talk about it. Anyway, so you're taking a nice trip up to the airport, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Aye, Captain.
Is that where you're going first? I assume then.
probably. Then we'll double back in the van.
All right.
Yeah, because the
yeah.
biggest thing is getting his van.
So you can get on one of the. It'll take a little bit of while, so you'll have to wait for a few hours before the Downfo bus that it kind of goes through there and heads up to the airport comes into the area. But you'll be able to certainly travel, and I'll move your car successfully over to the airport.
I mean, that company
what?
exists in Shadowrun, so we could very well be in one of
Wait.
those.
we now we must switch the vehicle's image now because we're switching out
also,
cars.
while we're waiting for the ride, I will send a message to Aggie. I'm not going to try to call her with the time difference.
Mhm.
Just asking her if she could see if she knows about either of the guys. We have a little bit more information.
Yeah, she'll take a look at it. I'll have her do that.
While waiting for the ride, I smoke a cigarette because I'm really cool.
I'm smoking a cigarette too. Bite me. Actually, no, I have a cigar.
Well, the two of you are sitting there trying to look really cool
Ari sneers at both of you.
to the local
We're
kids.
both very cool.
And I
Smoking
blow the
is
smoke in
cool.
Ari's face. No. I could do it from hanging from a tree by my tail.
There we go. Now we have a new
That's
vehicle on
why-
the map.
That's why people are sus of us three, because we are just freaks.
So
One normal guy in this group.
basically, you'll get some information from Aggie. You'll have had this information ahead of time that you'll know to basically come into an area of the airport that's a little bit more to the side, outside of the main thoroughfare, where some like cargo planes and stuff are coming in. So big old cargo plane will kind of come in and be unloading stuff for a little while, and basically a tough-looking orcish man will kind of come up to you. Kind of like looking. He's kind of got like gear on that you'd have like for someone on an airport. Like he's got like a kind of like a comm in front of him where he's kind of like, it's sort of like a clipboard, but it's it's his comm link, so it's
Yeah.
electronic clipboard as he's like going for information, and it's like
I'm probably looking in AR anyway,
Yeah.
so it's like
you Alucard.
you might have it disguised as a clipboard in AR.
Yeah. It probably actually is AR, just a clipboard he's writing on in AR. It's just like writing down on it and it's going in his comm. You Alucard?
Yep.
He'll basically hand you a key and say, container 547 A12.
Thank you. I will start looking for that. Oh, actually, before we left, Ari was supposed to talk to peaceful.
Oh, you're right. I'm
So
just
we
gonna.
had the parking situation.
You already
I
talked to
assume
him
that
about
can
it.
be like
I feel
handled,
like
right?
I feel like
There really doesn't
yeah,
need
well,
to be a scene for it. You already talked to him earlier
Right.
about it, so I'm just gonna say
yeah.
you
I
can
just
confirm
didn't
it.
know if
Yeah, yeah.
there's a price.
No, no.
For,
Um,
okay.
he'll negotiate like a parking fee. We'll say like he can arrange a parking fee for like 200 Narita a day. We'll say. So it's not cheap, but it's not super expensive probably. But it's a parking in a well-defended garage anyway. Probably where the guards have some vehicles and like maybe like the owner has some vehicles or something like that too. So
Yeah.
So
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that was handled.
Yeah.
Sorry.
no, it's a good thing to check in with. We did kind of forget a little bit about that, so it's not terrible to check in with that. All right. So you'll be kind of searching around for the container, and eventually you will be able to find one, and it will be a pretty decent. There'll be like an area of shipping containers where they have like the like specialized like locks on them and stuff like that. And certainly speaking, like these are like definitely locks that are like a little bit more things. And as much as these are a little out in the open, certainly speaking, it does look as though people are like moving the containers and stuff like that. So most likely none of these are going to stick around long enough that they have to worry about putting something a little bit more fancy than just a big old mechanical lock on them too.
Right.
You know, there is little concern for needing something a little. Though there are a few containers that you'll see that will have electronic locks. Probably places that are a little bit more expensive and stuff like that too. As there's like a couple dozen various large metal containers, not as big as the shipping containers you'd find on like the big old boats, but certainly big enough for something like a car to fit in, especially your van. You know that.
Well, I'm sure like Corpse for probably bringing stuff in through here too. So
Yeah. But you'll be
those
able
are
to
probably the ones with this actual like security locks.
Yeah. While you might be moving your vehicle in, you're probably technically not smuggling your vehicle because it's just a vehicle. You're probably like, it's probably more of an official shipping channel that you could smuggle things through, kind of thing that you went in through. So, but yeah, you'll be able to eventually find the appropriate container, open it up, and there's your van kind of hooked in to the container to make sure it's not like moving around too much. It's got some like chains on it and stuff kind of like that, kind of moved around like some of the edge of it, so you'll have to kind of pull them off and stuff like that. Nothing that's exactly the keys that you were given has enough to like kind of hook it there.
Well, first off, you're probably going to just see me run up to the car and give it a hug and kiss the hood.
I raise an eyebrow.
Body.
I raise an eyebrow at this display of affection.
Does he always do that?
Hey, she's my girl. I built her from scratch.
It's a car, dude. You're weird, man.
It is not a car. It is a vehicle that has been optimized.
Are any of you normal?
I'm very normal. I don't know what you mean. I say
people.
with a completely blank, emotionless face.
I watched you kill people less
And you
than
haven't
24
killed
hours.
people?
No.
I think raise an eyebrow at that.
I said that.
That makes you even weirder.
You odd with that
Say that completely straight. What is killing people normal for you guys?
It's a normal part of the job, usually.
Yeah. I mean, I don't personally do the killing. Normally, it's my drones, but
Nox, okay. It's not me that's killing. It's my gun that does the killing. I'm not turning people into a fine red mist. My heat-seeking missiles are. Totally different thing.
But I'll unhook it and get in and pull out of the container. Good to have you back. I'm in my rigger cocoon.
Looking mighty fancy there.
Will emerge a beautiful butterfly later.
This is
Well,
Chekhov's gun.
It allows me to be like jacked directly in, and also
That's fair.
if,
Don't jack on stream.
Do it.
If I actually get in an accident, it provides an armored
That's pretty cool.
thing. And everything. Well, also considering that's my rigger cocoon is normally where I am doing all my drone work from, and when I'm jumped into a drone, my body is limp.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, it's a protective shell for when I'm doing work.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, so wait, you're just completely vulnerable when you're in your cocoon. Like, if someone comes up, you can't defend yourself at all.
I would have to jump back into my body. My mind, if I'm like directly jumped into a drone and directly controlling it, which I do with my big boy, yeah, my body is in a state, you know, my mind's not in it at the moment.
What an odd thing to ask.
Just like a
Well, I'm just,
if they're if they're jacked into a system and trying to hack something, they're not in their body at that moment.
Yeah, but my mind is going to, like, sometime in the future, that's going to be an issue. Where we're not going to be near you, and you're going to, like, jack back into your body, and there's, like, 6 guys surrounding you ready to beat your ass.
That's also why my vehicle has weapons.
The vehicle is full of guns.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good point.
My vehicle has a giant gun on top, and well, not giant, but it has a gun on top, and I also have, you know, a lot of drones that I keep with
A technically legal gun on top.
Yeah, it's licensed.
Is that legal?
Kind of. We are in a dystopian future,
It's not
so
illegal.
I have
true.
licenses for all my guns.
you technically have a license for it. So
Yeah, fair
while it looks a little strange and people might bat an eye at you,
I mean,
it's not
it's not exactly like it in the picture there. There's not an actual turret.
Mhm.
Yeah, but still.
There's
It's not a Mad Max ass truck.
It's a drone arm that has an assault rifle attached to it.
Yeah, that's fine.
No.
It's not like
So
you
it's
took
not
3 cars welded together and strapped machine guns.
It's not like I have a missile launcher on top of it or a heavy assault cannon.
Yeah, they're just like a trebuchet on the back.
Behold, my master
Beware,
creation.
Lagos.
I could do like an assault cannon on top. I mean, but I don't have one of those.
Oh. Sure, just don't want to go for the trebuchet. The trebuchet was a good one.
No, I don't want a trebuchet. Trebuchet is too slow.
It's not wrong. Alright.
My
Van,
gun goes
van
in automatic
acquired.
mode, man.
Van acquired. You now have, of course, wheels. And you can drive yourself around town if you want to. With everything that goes around town here.
Exactly.
Now you can experience driving in traffic.
Yes, there's,
Yippee.
there's lots of it.
I am the car at the moment.
Remember to honk a lot.
Bop, 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 bop.
So what's the plan now? Where do you want to head to after this?
'Cause I don't remember what the differences between these markets were.
You
I mean,
You are
found
it's
going to
like
have to tell me and go through comms, by the way.
found a little bit of places out. Laventa store is an indoor shopping and outdoor market. That place is basically a little bit of everything. So if you're looking for a hodgepodge of stuff, yes, there's some guns there. You can find AK-97s a lot there, but you're probably not going to find a lot of it. You can find fabrics, drones, food, basically a little bit of everything. Maybe you need some new organs, some knockoffs,
the usual stuff.
water purification systems,
We got
cosmetics.
our knockoff merch, our
How
spare
much-
organs, bottled
How much
water.
I mean, there is a WARS installed organs purchase.
Yeah, it's a 2-for-1 deal on kidneys.
They
at the
also
moment.
buy organs from you, so if you want to sell something,
Fine.
How much for a new liver, man?
how much to sell my liver?
Yeah. I
I'm
think
an
this one's
alcoholic,
run its
you don't want
course.
my liver.
The amulet market's all about magical stuff. Charms, potions, services, talismans, all those kind of things. Oftentimes they're bought by local crafters and stuff. Healers are there if you would need one. There's some small auctions and stuff there, and people that have magical services. And then the Oja. I'm probably butchering the name of that one because it's DU apostrophe DU apostrophe space DU apostrophe DU apostrophe O with a thing above it JA market.
Yeah, technically the do's are just accents.
Yeah, there's what it is. There's some accents. There you go, accents a lot.
Yeah.
That's more of a direct arms market. So if
I
you're looking
think
for weapons, that's a
we're
little bit
looking
more
for
black market stuff.
the guy we're looking for is dealing with magic-y things.
An artifact.
The elf guy we're looking for, yeah.
Technically an
So
artifact.
I think looking around the
He's going to be more around the docks, I think. Didn't we?
well, no, the main guy we're looking for.
Asking around the amulet and the Ujawe market.
Yeah, that's my plan.
Probably I was gonna say the Duduoja market is probably the one unless you're looking into more of the military side of things, probably not there. They do deal with black market, but it's black market weapons.
Yes.
There are some black market stuff otherwise there, but the artifact itself that you were looking for perhaps is not considered a black market directly, but might be sold on it, so it's hard to say if that would be there. It's not impossible to find information there, but I would say out of the three, that's probably the least likely. The amulet market's not a bad idea because magical, and Leventis, it does a little bit of everything, so you might be lucky. And also that one tends to be a lot closer to the docks also.
Yeah, so I think we stop at the amulet market and then we head to wherever else other people want to go.
If you want afterwards, Leventis would be in the way. The Duo, I think, is a little more out of the way.
That's north of the airport.
Yeah, you'd have to head north to go to that one.
There's also the market at D as well.
Yeah, that's the...
I don't... Magic market.
Ujawe. Let me check which one that is.
There's two markets here.
I know.
Yeah, amulet was like magical paraphernalia, whereas like Ujawe was like the magical services, if I recall.
I have to check because I don't have the information very easily available.
That is what I remember from last time, so you may have been wrong, but that's what I remember.
I don't think I mentioned the OJ, actually. That one I didn't mention.
I
don't remember.
have it written down.
Did I?
You do for weapons, Ujawe for magical services, and Leventis stores basic stuff.
There's the amulet market. What region is that in?
D is in motion.
Sorry, I'll go back. Oh yeah, it is in Moonship. Great. You know, I have a lot of information, but it's not always easy to go through all of it. You know, as per usual. How's that spelled?
Mushin is motion.
No, I was looking up the market.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine, but Mushin's fine. I figured that's better to like search the document. I'm gonna try the yes. Okay, Mushin. Open air markets, which means during the raiding cities, vendors are tattered up covered. Largest markets where you can. That's an open aired market for food and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I might have mixed them up if I was saying something.
Yeah, I think you must have mixed up the amulet market because you didn't mention the amulet market last time.
I think it was just because I was using the map. But again, it's going between like 3 places sometimes, and so yes.
To the magic market.
So yes, that one is also. If you're looking for food and stuff, that is a better place to go to. And it is a little bit more of a safer market, too, apparently.
I don't want to pick up food.
It's open aired.
Olirant.
Also,
I'm curious. Our little apartments, are they like ones with a kitchen or just no?
no. You can get rice, beans, barrels of oil. Apparently, you get barrels of oil there.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's
it's
under
basically an
Awari
open air.
control.
It's basically an open air market, I assume.
Okay.
I might need to lube up my drones. I don't know.
What?
It is Muslim and under Sharia law, so keep that in forward there. So, but it is also
That might be rough.
apparently still a little bit better of a place because apparently, with the Igbo, they're nicer than the Igbo. It turns out. So,
What?
I know.
Shocking.
Turns out,
Huh.
Venture, what the hell are you doing?
Oh.
She's just
This
behind
might
you.
just not be a great
basically,
place
the
to be, now that
females
I'm thinking
probably
about it.
should be doing the talking.
Yeah.
Ojuo is safe enough that women can shop there without being. That's what it says in the book.
Yes.
It's one of those.
It's safe enough so that they don't have to worry about being demonetized.
Yeah, one.
I hate when I get demonetized.
Well,
It's a bit rough, isn't it, bruv?
it is a bit rough here in Lagos. Bit rough. They're not depending on the faction you're in or what nationality, what group you're in. It really makes a big difference in a lot of these places, and they have big footholds. But anyway, that's that market. So you probably don't need to go there. I'm gonna be honest, unless you're looking for something particular. Like that's probably a lot
I'm
more
not.
supplies
Yep.
and stuff like that.
They're fine. I don't think we need to.
Okay.
Unless someone else is just really hankering for a barrel of like beans and oil.
Yeah, true.
I think it's like crude oil barrel of oil.
Yeah, I know. I figured that. That's why I might need to lube up my
Yeah.
drones.
All right, Amulet Market. So we're heading there, I assume, next. All right. So amulets, charms, dubious potions, herbcraft, healers, diviners, anything you can kind of find. Talisman, harvested from Awakened Rainforest. Foci. Foci are sold in the cinder block buildings. So there's like a lot of there's some big buildings that are part of this market here, and then of course more stalls and stuff, and it's kind of partially open aired here too, as it is. Yeah. You'll probably see some plenty of locals that are magic users, but there's also a couple of people that are obviously corporate with some like bodyguards kind of moving through here, probably looking for a couple of goods they can acquire, maybe some information on where to acquire some various things here too. Yeah.
Neat.
Damn corpos.
Mm-hmm. Probably a couple stalls that are selling like spirit services and stuff too, but probably for a pretty high price. So yes, if you need some spirits to do something for you, you can afford it here. Well, you can buy it here. Whether you can afford it here is a different situation entirely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did anyone bring a bunch of local money with them?
No.
Yes.
I got 2K on me.
Well, I'm not here to buy things. I'm here to carouse people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, you still might have to bribe.
Yeah, true.
Although, it might have been worth picking up Morn area while we were at the airport, because I know they do have.
They have the exchange area, yeah.
They do.
Yeah. I'll do
I
an
mean,
extra 10,000.
I was gonna say, if there's like a bank nearby, we could just take out some of what we have.
Oh, the conversion again.
I mean, you could have done that. At the
20
airport.
Naria to 1 credit.
Oh yeah, true.
You and all of you had some amount of money. Like Alucard has all his money. The rest of you didn't take out that much. So Noemi and Nox, you took out very
How
little
much?
of how much you were put in there.
How much is in the thing?
You had 35,000 total. Right now, well, Alucard only had 25,000. The other rest of you put some money in. So
Yeah.
and then only took some out. So Ari would have taken out 19,000 out of the original 35. Joe has all of it. So Alucard's all of it, and each of you, Nox, you have 2,000
spent
out of
100
your.
of mine.
You had 37,120, and Naomi, you had 35,000. You got out 1,000.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Okay, cool. I'll take 4 out.
okay.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna take out.
Do you want to trade any in Alucard, or are you just going to keep with your money now? You do have
No,
the.
I'm just keeping what I have at the moment because I don't have much to trade in either.
Yeah, just want to make sure.
I'm gonna take out 10k so I can have 1,200 on me.
Okay.
Because I only have 350 Nuyen left.
Jeez. Oh yeah, you did have to spend a lot
I
of money.
spent 15,000 to get my
Yeah.
van.
I forgot how expensive that was. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and you guys can get your equipment out of my van.
Yeah, I got my armored vest and my grapple gun.
Oh, yeah.
I have a silencer now.
Now you have a grappling hook. Grappling hook.
I
That'll
got
be
an
500
RE4 Ada long grapple hook.
That'll be 500 Nuyen.
What the fuck? Jump him!
But how much are you getting out now?
Ari will offer if you need anything. He can cover for you.
I know. I was making a joke more of, hey, I did transport it here for you.
I'm poor
I
and need
know.
some more money.
Donations are welcome.
But certainly speaking, the market definitely has a different air about it. I'm going to say totally, completely too. And you can definitely see people from all walks of life from the city being here. It doesn't seem to have as many guards, but then again, it's probably got more spiritual things too. You can assume that probably any good vendor, probably rather than have physical guards, might have a goddamn spirit watching over it with, like, if you mess with them, some kind of flame spirit will pop out and fry you to a crisp, so that's kind of thing. So it definitely seems like there isn't a lot of people causing trouble here necessarily, but you do see, like, what...
Probably if you do an astral perception, you're going to see a lot of spirits hanging around.
Oh, yeah.
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 But anyway, how much money did you take out, Naomi? Sorry.
Oh, I'm taking 10 out.
Okay, so you'll have 11 then. Okay, sure. But back to the.
I took out another, so I took out 20. I decided to up it.
I will note that my armor that I retrieve from our fine friends, that does look a little more like SWAT oriented.
A bit more heavier armor.
It's a little more like a tactical
Yeah.
vest kind of deal.
So certainly speaking, there are plenty of people, like, it is very much so a market, and you can hear people chatting about kind of things. You can hear people kind of basically announcing their wares in various languages: English, French, Yoruba, Igbo. You can kind of recognize that they're kind of talking about, like, like, this is someone saying, like, this is my amulet kind of things here. And then of course there are the bigger, more cement buildings where you have things like the foci, the things that are a lot more expensive and a little bit more armored kind of place that perhaps actually has some guards in there too, because they're selling things which are thousands of Nuyen worth of stuff. So if you're looking for a foci, you can go there to get one, but hey, foci are expensive. But if you want one, you can try to look at
Foci are very expensive.
They're usually very powerful though too,
Mm-hmm.
True.
Trade-off. But yeah. So
yeah, I'm going to, because I'm specifically looking for information of that, because we know that elfy guy that we're looking for, whose name I've forgotten. The main guy we're trying to find.
Samriel. Sir Samriel
Yeah,
Lockwood.
because I know he's interested in magic things.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to try and carouse and see if anyone has any information or seen this individual.
Okay.
Perhaps around.
Why don't you roll me a charisma carousing check?
Carousing's not a skill in this edition.
What is the carousing skill? I think there is one. I have to look up skills.
It might be etiquette.
Where are your social skills? That might be etiquette. You are correct, but I'm looking up the skills to know what that is. Etiquette would be skill group influence. I would say
There's negotiation.
Oh yeah, it
Yeah.
would be negotiation, I guess. Maybe.
And I'd split up the work. I'd ask some other people about.
I'll
have
say up to you if you want to use etiquette or negotiation. Both I can see appropriately working in this case.
We'll go with etiquette.
All
right. And then it's again, my first impressions would also count for this because the first time meeting people in a social test. So +2 to this. That's a lot of successes.
Hey,
Okay.
that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. All right. So you'll kind of move around the area.
I made my character to do one thing, and I'm good at it.
You'll kind of be, kind of be chatting up
mean-
the locals and kind of stuff like that. You know, you'll learn about various people, and you know, you'll manage to get a lot of basic information. So I'm going to say, like now, with that kind of success, if you did want to pretty much shop for anything, you know where most of the best prices and most of the best places here to get it at. Effectively, what I'm going to say is, if at any time you need to buy some magical gear, you can probably get it for street value. You know, which is effectively because most places probably would be knocked up if anything. You know, so you can get it at the
big
minimum value.
costs.
Yeah. So you can, if you needed to get anything, you get street value. You basically know where to find anything here. You're doing a good job of just, you know, like chatting up the locals, getting in good with them. Certainly speaking, there are some people that you can kind of get a sense that are a little bit more hesitant about you, but you are obviously a foreigner, and I think you, generally speaking, are dressed in a way that they might suspect maybe corporate. You're not as obvious corporate, but, you know, there's that look of maybe you are.
I'm very mercenary looking.
A little bit mercenary looking there, too. So, generally speaking, even those that are a little bit probably more, I'm not going to lie, sexist, are still at least very open to you there, too. It takes a little bit more to open up to them, but they're more like a, you know, sure, technically speaking, according to, you know, at very least, like, Igbo beliefs, the woman using magic is a front to all their beliefs, but hey, you know, we're in the open, we're at the amulet market. I can't do anything about that. That's for the area boys to do over there, and that's not good, but they'll probably do that. Anyway.
Don't cause trouble at the market or you get kicked out. Yeah.
There's a lot of no cause trouble in the market, so they don't cause trouble. But you kind of like navigate your way and trying to like look around and kind of learn about like, is there anybody that is actually kind of like asking around? Certainly speaking, you will be able to find a little bit of information out. There's someone that will basically, you'll eventually be able to find someone and will say for, I do not know of this Samriel you're speaking of. The name is not familiar, but for what you are looking for someone that is interested in items, the amulet market here is not the best at it. There are people in town that are very interested in them, but names come up. Perhaps for a little bit of trade, I could trade you some information about this here.
I can make him. It's okay.
So I did say I was doing kind of the same thing as him. I'm just kind of curious what I get. There's almost no way.
Well, we'll see what your check is, though. Because, again, we'll see what your check is if you want to roll it, too. Your success is not bad. So you'll get a degree of this information there, too.
So I, in lieu of money, I'm going to try to offer up some of my services as a magical healer.
Oh.
Because I'm very good at treating disease and physical injuries with magic. And perhaps if he's got someone who's injured like that, perhaps I could help him out for an exchange of information. Cough, cough, I can cast Cure Disease and Heal.
Yes. Okay. Perhaps there could be some trade for that. There are services that are always well, and services such as that are always welcome here. Plenty come in. Perhaps I could arrange for your service to be used for a little while, and after your expertise is shown, perhaps I could help you with some information on your journey to find things.
All right.
So what do the rest of you want to do while Naomi works basically at some healing for probably like an hour or two?
I'm chilling in the van. I'm just monitoring the mosquitoes that I'm having people follow people.
I probably have one of those on me.
Yeah.
Just because it's
Like,
nice to have
I know
someone
you-
listening in.
I know you and
Oh, I
Rangers
forgot to
died.
say, but I also
Ari
would have had one on me during the
separated,
Frosty
so.
chat as well.
Ooh,
Secretly.
yeah, it's not about it.
Okay.
But I forgot to mention it, so it
Yeah.
didn't happen.
I mean, they can fly around, so but as well, but they can also just like sit somewhere in your clothing that I can listen
Yeah.
in because they're very tiny. They're only I think like at most 2 centimeters long.
Tiny roll bit.
Tiny robot.
Oh yeah, that's actually bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
They're 1 to 2 centimeters long.
Yeah, I was thinking like millimeters.
That's like 6 inches. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna walk around because I'm bored.
Okay.
if Nine was
Take
gonna
some
go healing
time
people.
walking around. Okay.
Yeah, if I don't get anywhere with my discussions,
I mean,
I'll
you'll get some
probably,
basic information. You probably won't get as good information, but certainly
Yeah.
speaking, you get an idea of what kind of is going on in the market and the various people there and places that you can get some various things. So you'll have a general idea of where to purchase stuff. Maybe not the best deals, but where to purchase stuff. Certainly speaking. But after like a little while of kind of working around, and when Naomi, you've kind of helped out a bunch of different people, we'll kind of say, just done a little bit of healing right there. If you are looking for artifacts and antiques, traditionally, there are very few that would sell anything of real value. Most is junk, few trinkets to tourists and stuff. But you do not seem like a tourist. You seem like someone... I hear tell there's someone that works out of the Ventus market that is... word is that he is known to have artifacts and antiques. If the rumors are true, that is the best I can say. I do not know the name myself. I only hear rumors that you are looking for that sort of thing. That is where you want to seek that market there. But be warned, there are plenty of people that are selling many trinkets. Finding the right man in the market that you are looking for is not always easy. And many would perhaps trick you if you are not careful.
I thank you for your information.
Yes.
I'll return to the
Did you
group
give a
and
name
relay.
of the person at Leventus Market?
No. He doesn't know
I
the name.
will.
He's heard
relay the
rumors that someone's
information.
in the market that will sell. Basically, it's
Okay.
someone that works in the market that will sell basically junk to tourists. But if you know the right connections or know it's to say the right thing to that person, you might be able to get some artifacts or antiques.
Yep. I'll return to the group. I will inform them of this discovery.
You're not sure if it's the same person. Might be, might not be.
Yeah.
Basically, it is a
It's
possible
another lead we can look into.
Yes, and the Leventus Market is the other location you might have been going to, because it was that was along the way there technically.
Yeah, it's on the way back. So
Leventus Store. I love how they call it store in some places and market in other places. It's the exact same
I
thing.
assume store implies it's a smaller location.
I assume market is like an open air thing and store is like an enclosed.
That's
building.
my
Yeah.
assumption.
I think the market's
Market is
outside
probably more
the
open
store.
to like bartering and stuff, and stores
Yeah,
are just
that's-
like
I
Yeah,
think what it is.
that's what
I think that's what it is the market's the open area outside of the store itself. The store is like the main building in there. I'm assuming that's what it means, even though they don't really give you a lot of information on that.
I mean, just make a decision. You're the GM.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. There's like the market and store. We'll say it is like there's a market outside of the entire area you can go visit for a lot of the stuff, but there's a like main store area where probably a lot more, similar to there's some like buildings here that are a little bit more like some cement buildings in amongst the various small stalls and stuff like this. This is more of there's a larger building, kind of like an open air market around a mall. Maybe we'll kind of describe it as almost, even though it's not really a mall, it's a building with multiple kind of like more heavier stores in there. So you could head to the stores instead of the market itself. So probably something like more the, maybe not all of them, but most of like the dealers might be showing up in that area there.
Cool.
I'm in the car, so whenever people want to leave, just let me know. You do have to talk to me on comms.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right. Yes, it's indoor shopping center and outdoor market. I was right. I was right talking about it. So yeah, I'm now looking at a different thing that talks about it. So we write in our assessment there. Cool, great. I think I said it earlier. Anyway, so yeah, you can head for the Leventus Market. It's not too bad of a drive. Again, as much as these areas aren't necessarily the best, you are making your way through it, and you are still within the better areas of the city. I think kind of where you go into the worse areas of the city is over in like Ashimosho, where like that's where it's like a lot of flooding and stuff like that. So we're kind of down here. A little bit more outside, off the beaten path. You can kind of stick to these like main highways to get to a lot of these things here, fortunately, which helps a lot to navigate the city. But eventually you can get to the market, and as it was described, there are some similarities between it and the amulet market. And like as soon as you kind of see it, there is this kind of open air market. But while there was these islands of cement and stuff like this, there's this kind of large multi-story building that's kind of at the center of this. This kind of like 3-story large kind of like cement building covered in a red dust. It looks like it maybe one time it was used for something else, or maybe painted in a different way. But it does have these large words written in English and French beneath it that are, well, it's like Leventus, and then it says store, and then like Leventus and the French word for store, which I'm not sure off the top of my head, but basically, so it's like it stands out a little bit because it's just Leventus is the same in both, but it's like they're both there as these two like names on top of each other. There does seem to be probably smaller names that are a lot more on the building, but there's all kinds of stalls everywhere. There's food stalls, food where you can get like a little bit of market food. You get some like street food. There's places where they're selling large supplies of things. There's fish and weapons and all kinds of goods. There's tools. There's some stuff that you use for farming. There's stuff that you'd use for various kind of goods and stuff like that. There's some there's a tractor out there. There's some things that you maybe use for survival. Some camping gear over there. There appears to be the bunch of pelts of various animals over there, from like lions to zebra and stuff like that, to smaller things, some various types of antelopes. There's a place over there that's selling off some things that look like they're supposedly parts of awakened animals, but they're in like jars and stuff. It is a hodgepodge of all different things. Some of it, which is a little bit more open to cool, great. That's an open air market. And other things that are probably not illegal, but also like that kind of edge of like maybe a little bit, maybe in certain places. Yeah,
morally
gray
dubious.
area.
It's there's nothing that would be directly shipped in here. There's not like any major drugs or heavy weapons or anything like that. It's the kind of stuff that you would basically see there. There is probably the counterfeit collectible cards and stuff over there. It's like, I guess Pokemon would actually exist in this world, technically. I don't know if it would have been a successful.
There's probably are Pokemon in the wild.
There probably are, but something equivalent to that, like your bad counterfeit Pokemon cards or something over there, small models, something like that. I don't know if there's like technically real world examples, but we can pretend there are. Like equivalent in this world.
It's probably easy to assume any IP that existed up until whenever Magic Return probably did exist.
Yeah, up until the 2000s, early 2000s.
No, oh wow.
Probably like physical things aren't around as much for most of the things nowadays.
It has been a very long time.
Yeah. But there's probably like
Yeah, the Awakening happened in 2011.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So there was some differences.
Pokemon was big.
Yeah, Pokemon was big. It probably still is. Well, probably is, but it's probably been a more of a resurgence. I'm going to admit, probably more of a resurgence over the last like 10 years. Probably stayed big in Japan, and with them becoming less imperial over the last decade, probably now a lot more of that resurgence of spreading their culture. Well, Before it was just forcefully stripping their culture.
No,
Now
I
it's
think
back to like
I think
nice.
it's kind of funny if the last Pokemon game ever made is black and white.
You know, there's a lot of like weird, but basically it's pretty much anything you can think of, you know, and there is some stuff here that's basically like maybe like 40 years out of date kind of things like that. There's like old Tridios from like the 2040s or something like that there too, or like, you know, some things that are definitely like bad antique, like, you know, stuff like that, you know, here and there. There are some like antique shops selling stuff that's like really not useful. You know, like, you know, it's that kind of stuff of like you go to a place and you like see something that's from like the 1910s and you're like, it's a piece of equipment from then. And it's like, cool. It's not in great shape and it doesn't really work. You want to buy it? Maybe?
A pistol from 1910. Yeah.
That's gonna be useful.
But probably like, you know, like honestly, it's like someone has like rather than pistol be like an Atari. You know, it's like it does not work. You know, there's no proper cables for it, but you could buy one. It's the equivalent of
PSP.
Yeah, it's like wow, damn. Man, this is like super classic.
Original Game Boy.
Oh man. My grandpa told me stories of this gaming system. Oh my god, there's gonna be a point in time where this is like a thing.
Paperboy.
That already basically happens.
I know, it really does.
Yeah, chat, you can feel the PS3 and Xbox 360 officially hit retro age as of like last year or so.
Yep.
Ari buys a bag of standard animal organs.
Nice. Very, very necessary.
Well, as opposed to
Ari's probably
magical
gonna eat
animal
them.
organs.
Well, it's for snack time later.
True.
I was going for it with snack time later. I wasn't gonna say it, but it really is.
Yes.
Uh,
because shifters still have the diet of their base animals.
Yeah.
I'm still a carnivore.
yeah.
Ari, just be careful that you don't get rabies.
Can you get rabies from
I think you
animals?
could. Probably, but I think you might. There's probably magic rabies. It's probably
Probably.
worse.
I mean, be like they're
It's probably magically infused rabies in this
there
universe.
kind of
Yeah,
is
probably.
already. It's the, you know, entire like I become a ghoul disease. The,
Yeah, but
Wait, I don't know if you eat an
the
animal
HMHVV is
To be
kind
fair,
of magic rabies. So
That also doesn't just turn you into a ghoul. It depends on what you already are.
yeah, I mean, most humans become ghouls, but for others, not so
Like
much.
elves
mean,
become
I-
banshees.
I
Yeah.
don't know if eating, you know, or animal organs that had rabies gives you rabies. It might.
This is something
so
I could Google, I guess.
I just
technically.
I mean, I
just
could
googled
Google
it.
too, but-
I just googled it. The rabies does have to get into your blood, which is why it's often through a bite.
Yeah.
So while
yeah,
it's
but if you got a cut in
possible,
your mouth or something,
yeah, no, it is possible, but the odds are very low.
I would just recommend just being careful what you get to eat, man.
I mean, I'll probably cook it. It's,
Oh yeah, I mean rabies I think is a fairly low cook temp to kill it.
Look, I'm
yeah,
not gonna lie.
it's there's no case of anyone getting rabies from cooking.
I
Yeah.
forgot the
Not yet.
HMHVV2 turns a koala into a drop bear.
It does, yes, that's unfortunately
They
canon.
are drop bears.
They are real in Shadowrun. God damn you, Shadowrun.
Yeah, but it's a product of its time.
yeah.
For better or worse.
Yeah, for better or for worse. Thanks, Running Wild. Thanks. Anyway, so what do you want to do? You've reached the market. There's all kinds of places. Of course, the main building, if you wanted to go inside, has a lot more stuff. Probably has a lot more better displays of things like your guns and standard stuff like that. That's a little bit more higher power, a little bit more expensive stuff where they're inside and have a little bit more security. Out here, it's a little bit of hodgepodge of everything that, you know, various people are bringing in at this kind of like a smaller kind of market stalls where there's rows and rows of things. And as much as the amulet market was pretty big, this is like twice the size of the amulet market, you know, and the amulet market was a little bit more quiet. This is louder. It's louder. There's a lot more people like yelling about their stuff. Street vendors are like offering out foods to places. There are being places that are selling like various things of like various kinds of meats on a stick, kind of like that, or stuff too. Where probably someone was like going and like traveling and hunting some small game and like brought it in here to like sell on some skewers and stuff like here. So you can get some fresh actual meat here too and stuff like that, and you can get some of those organs probably from some of that guy. It's like, oh, here's some organs,
yeah.
sure.
Hey, I'm gonna message you in the comms, Ari. Hey, pick me up some street food.
Rat burger.
Hey, I do.
Rat burger, yeah.
Yeah, rat burger. Do you see any cows around here?
There's again, one of the prominent signs you will see as you're going by to some place where you can hear some noises, and it's like you think this should be inside the store proper, but it's not. It's outside here. It's got wares installed, except it's like wares with a Z at the end, so it's not spelled quite right. Organs
Nice.
purchased, so yeah. And that's right next to this orc woman who's selling you designer handbags.
Nice.
Are they
Beautiful.
made from real skin?
Maybe.
Yeah, no, that's probably.
Yep.
There's a sign that says it's no human leather.
No metahuman leather.
No. Human leather cruelty free.
There's even like one of the stores that has like a whole bunch of like different drones and stuff too. So like there are places that are selling all kinds of things. Yes, you have to go into the store proper, or the building it's proper for some of the more expensive gear that you can kind of find here. But there's all kinds of things that you can.
I'm gonna peruse anything magical.
There's a lot here. There are a few things you can probably find here and there. There's someone that's selling off. What is? Sorry, here. I'm gonna go to the list of here. Where are you? There is a person selling off a bunch of different things. There's it looks like a bunch of creatures in it. One looks to be some kind of strange rat creature. Another seems to be some kind of monkey. Looks to be selling off awakened animals.
Skills. Oh, that's a little messed up, I think.
Leave
Yeah.
the monkey alone. Free the monkey.
There's one that's selling off like a couple bats, which are awakened bats, the arowana bavole. So yes.
Sorry, I'm looking at the magic skill descriptions. I think it would be a sensing. No, that's for astral.
Mhm.
Is there just a like? I look at a thing, I can kind of tell what it does.
I think it's a
Still.
sensing, which
But,
you said to
is
look
it a
at through the
sensing?
astral. I think you do
Yeah.
at the to
'Cause astral
determine magical
perception.
stuff. It is sensing. You do an astral perception, and then you can do it as sensing.
Yeah, as I'm perusing, because I'm looking for things that would maybe hint that this person's selling real magic stuff.
Ooh.
Probably just going through the astral and doing a perception.
You
to
probably
be able to see
could
if it
find a
has
few
auras.
things here and there, but nothing major, nothing very powerful or strong. It's probably like someone that's got like a small couple like talismans or something that maybe could afford some to set up shop here rather than the amulet market kind of thing. But it does look
Okay.
like most people that are selling more magical things are at the amulet market here.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Ari buys some street food and leaves it outside the pod.
So
Just
if it
bring it
matters,
back when you guys come in, and I can.
I do have the added power that always treats me under the effects of detect magic.
Oh, that's neat.
The most impressive thing that you will find that is magical is someone's got a gigantic what looks to be like salamander, kind of like the people that have like an alligator or a crocodile like in a pen like near their shop. This one's got like a gigantic like aquatic salamander that's like 6 feet long, which in fact is quite small for the type of creature that it is. The
It's a
Lagosian
scaled
lizard,
puppy.
which isn't a lizard, it's technically a salamander. The largest one was 7 meters long.
It's like that really big salamander that looks kind of flat.
Yeah. But these are magically gigantic and can be dangerous. So, it sprays poison that paralyzes victims and then drags their bodies to the water and drowns them until it eats them then afterwards.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
So it seems to be that the person there is basically selling off some of its like poisons and other like liquids and stuff like that that's been gathered from stuff. Something that like it's not sold directly as magical things, but like you probably could be like I'd say like potion makers might know like something like that. It's magical poison from the big old salamander.
Okay.
But getting it from the big old salamander, the tank's probably not the safest thing anyway. Probably like you'll see like the guy like throw chicken in there that he's gonna eat the chicken or something whole, like that is the big
Jesus
thing in there. There's some,
Nice.
like water splashes around there too,
I'm gonna open my pod and enjoy my street food, and then once I'm done, I'll close the pod again.
It's like okay. The market itself is crazy in many ways. So you're here. What's the plan? I think we've kind of established the market enough here, other than kind of perusing the place, generally speaking. That's the kind of magical stuff that's here, at the very least, that you kind of notice. Not a lot, but some things that are maybe magic related and stuff like that. Any plan of who to ask, where to look, and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah. Excited to get a name or description of this guy.
You got some basic information, and you do see a number of people that are there. And certainly speaking, you have a name, but you're not sure if it's the same name as this one. You do know that there are people that sell artifacts here that might have some, more trophies, more like knickknacks or trinkets for perhaps touristy more people and like that too, which you might qualify for when approaching someone. But yeah.
Okay. I guess same tactic of trying to just find the information on this guy we're looking for here, because I know he likes magic-y things.
How about since Joe's on Overwatch nearby, how about since Alcar's on that, Nox, Ari, what do you want to do?
I have a slightly different approach. I'm gonna walk around and look as touristy as possible to see if I get someone trying to sell me magical trinkets.
Ooh, you're gonna try to like see if someone like you might find someone that might sell something to you. Okay. I will need
the main reason is because we were told that like they like to sell things off as to tourists. So
then I'll need a charisma, we'll say performance or impersonation, I'll say. Up to you on that one. Impersonation's much more like both would kind of work in this case. Performance, you're kind of like just it's your general like trying to act a certain way, but intimidation might be like you might be more like a lot of like also putting it out there, I'd say.
I'll do performance.
Yeah. So cool. Okay.
Terrible.
You're doing an okay touristy job. And then Nox, are you doing anything particular? And then I'll have Nami you roll your check if you want to then.
I was gonna go looking for foci.
Okay, you're gonna try to take a look if there's any foci here. I'll tell you don't seem to be any foci here. There were some at the amulet market, but this place does not seem to have any else.
Yeah, I knew there was some over there, but I was just
it's not bad to check around and see if this one also has someone.
yeah, worth a shot.
All right. All right. Same checks for you, Naomi. If you want to do me a negotiation or etiquette for just asking around,
All right.
around people.
I will input my first impressions as well. Oh, that's much worse.
It's much worse.
How does spending an edge work for this thing?
Spending an edge, you will regain one. Basically,
Afterward
the basic
is always like re-roll your failures.
that you can use a second chance to reroll dice that did not score a hit on the test.
You
it
can also do one beforehand to like do exploding sixes and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll re-roll failures.
Okay.
How many dice am I rolling?
You rolled.
I'm pretty sure when you click on the thing, that's what it does. It rolls your failures.
If I click the success button, or
Yeah, if you click where it says successes, I think that's what that
Okay.
does.
Oh, that's what that does.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh, that's so sick.
That's pretty
So
cool.
2 becomes 7.
Yeah. So you re-roll.
I had 2 edge. I might as well spend them.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yep.
Get one of them back next week.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's what that button is. That's the thing that would.
I didn't. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that
That's
was a
pretty
button.
This is really well implemented, Shock.
Yeah, this is actually
Yeah.
really good.
Oh, I see. It says the dice, the prior successes. So yes, you re-roll them then too. Does it?
Sick.
I'm just trying to like read it though too. It's a little confusing the way they do it there, but that's fine because the way they say.
That's what the formula looks like.
Yeah. Because thanks highlighting for not showing me all the stuff as usual.
Hell yeah.
Like finding information. But
Yeah.
oh yeah. Okay, like just highlight. I finally can see the rolling the 10d6 plus the things, and you got the 2 that turn. Cool. Okay. All right. Yeah, makes sense then. All right. So yeah, you'll with a bit of luck, you'll kind of move around and kind of look around. And there are a couple of places that do seem to be dealing with some things. But you're kind of like, generally speaking, I guess you're trying to look out for someone that might be in the wheelhouse of what you're looking for. And you will find a place that does seem to be selling off a number of all kinds of trinkets and stuff there too. Most of which look very simple and easy, some things that are kind of out front, but you also will notice that there are some things that, certainly speaking, look a little nicer. Stuff that, certainly speaking, looks like it's authentic items, small artifacts that might be from African tribes and stuff like that, from old civilizations, from across the continent itself. There's a couple of items that look like right out of Egypt, and other ones from, various Sudan, South Sudan, from deep in the Congo, from places like as far south as where South Africa used to be, the country now, which I can't remember off the top of my head because I don't remember all the things as anyway, or stuff as far as even around this region, maybe perhaps to the farther north. There's this kind of interesting mix of stuff, and some of this stuff looks like it certainly could be small stuff that would be maybe like a good gift for a tourist and stuff, but some of it looks very interesting there too.
Okay.
A kind of older human man will kind of come out and be like, welcome. Is there anything I could do for you to help you out here? Is there anything you're particularly looking for? My shop is always welcome to those that are willing.
So I will very clearly mention that I'm more interested in the ones that stick out as an actual proper artifacty.
Oh,
kind of like a show, I know what I mean, right?
You have a very good eye. Unfortunately, not all people do, and I like to sell to those that understand what they're buying. So there are things out here that are fancy, that stand out a little bit, but perhaps aren't as valuable. Perhaps a little test. Apologies, but you do seem like you have a little bit of that eye. If there's anything particular that you were looking for, artifacts from around this area, most are just simple gifts that our ancestors came to. Things that perhaps would be good for a museum, or perhaps in a corporate boardroom or something like that. But certainly speaking, there are things that are more exotic to here too. Things that come about here and there occasionally.
Okay. I will kind of mention that I am interested in artifacts. I'm also interested in finding other people who have an interest in artifacts, and I'll kind of give a description of see if I can get any more information on this elf guy that we're looking for. If he's been in here at all.
Interesting.
And I'm also probably still going to buy one of those artifacts. They sound really cool.
Sure. I will tell you, there are also this one does stand out a little bit because there are 4 well-armed guards that are around the area too. With the traditional weapon of Lagos, the AK-97,
Of course, as is tradition.
This is our ancestral weapon.
To be fair, it's
I'm
it's a
not
reliable
familiar with
weapon.
that description. Do you have perhaps an image of this man?
We have an image of him.
No.
Don't think we were going.
You had a general description, and I.
'Cause I know he's
think
got
that was
the
it.
Frosty
cyber
never gave us an
eyes,
image.
right?
Yeah, Frosty never gave us an image. However,
Frosty.
did Alucard find an image when he was doing?
No,
his
I
first
was looking up
search?
the other guy.
Well, you did look up Samuel
Yeah, and I
Lockwood as
failed
well.
on.
Yeah, you did roll
on
a lot
him.
of fails on that one.
Yes. You currently do not have an image of him because not that there wasn't one available, but you just managed to get one. I'll say this here. You did get that if you did find Cain, Elijah basically told you to basically give his name to Frosty. I think I said that last time, but I think I was supposed to say that last time if I didn't. So
Yeah.
Frosty's friend was like, hey, just if you find him, let him know because like as much as he really hasn't done a lot of business with Cain, they both have a similar reputation, I guess. in
So
some
I'll
ways.
shift into asking about that individual then.
You are associated with Elijah. His name does show up here from time to time. He's he looking for any artifacts at the moment?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Is he looking for any artifacts at the moment?
No, but I need to set up a meeting with him if possible.
Oh, well, Elijah was the guy
Was
at the
it-
docks, the troll at the docks.
Oh,
Yeah. The person we're looking for the
Samuel.
person we're looking for in the port is Kyan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I want to try and get information on him. I don't. God, there's so many fucking names. In
Yes,
this.
there are a bunch of names. So
There's so many names in this.
I've literally started bolding names so I can more easily find them.
yeah. So yeah. Which are you asking about right now? Do you if you brought up Elijah's name, he does respond to that if you brought up his name, the guy that you got information for the part. So this might be Cayenne if you want to ask him about that. Basically.
Yeah, I want to ask him about that.
You've heard of my reputation then. Greetings. If you are looking ever for one who's master of artifacts, or perhaps you need a hawala of service, I do offer that too.
What information are we trying to get from this guy?
You're going to ask about Samuel. He doesn't recognize the photo, but you're
Oh.
going to ask about that. Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I want to get that information if possible. Sorry, it's getting late and my brain is fried.
Unfortunately, someone like that, I do not know. But if he is in town, there might be a reason behind it. You see, there is something going on. There's a lot of oyabos, foreigners such as yourself in town recently for the Edegoke's big auction. Edegoke the Oni. You might say he is the king of the Yoruba. He's going to be hosting a big auction later on this week, and there's a lot of things that are said to be there. Very similar to my collection. It's said that perhaps there's some antiques and artifacts going on there. And many of the bigger players, Apis Consortium, As Technology, all the others might be there. I did hear a rumor about a group of elves in town, so if this is an elf, maybe he's connected with them. But I hear they came from one of the tiers, so I do not know if he is from that place or not. Your friend, this man you are looking for, might have connections with them. Now, for a price I might be able to assist you, though. I do have a few connections at the Oni's palace. I could arrange something, if you perhaps help me.
And what would this price be?
Well, of course, the easy would be to say money. Money makes everything go around. But if you do not have extra to spend, there are perhaps a job I could have you do for me. But again, it is a time constraint to a degree. The auction coming up soon.
Allow me to speak with my associates to see which they would prefer. And I'll get on the comm and explain the situation.
Yeah.
So
Depends on the job.
the king of the the king of the Aroba was who?
I'll put his name in chat here.
So I'm fine with just giving this guy money.
Oni Adegoke. He does be known as Oni.
Huh. It's a weird name. Nox would probably agree with the money thing. He doesn't really want to get involved with more of whatever bullshit these people have going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
We
say,
already-
what if
we already have our
whatever
own
the group
thing.
decides, if Frosty's okay with it, then whatever. Meanwhile, I'm going to try to see if I can find any information online about this auction.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
I
curious.
mean, since I'm just sitting in the van anyway,
sure.
I can keep an eye out. And
Yeah,
do
I'm
that,
curious
So.
when the auction is, because that might be like,
Mm.
I mean, hey, if the auction's in, a month, then perhaps we can do something.
said
for the
later
guy,
this
over
week.
there.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
pretty quick coming up.
Yeah, he specifically said it would be later on this week. Consider that right now it is the weekend, so you arrived basically. We'll say like Saturday. It's Sunday now, so it is going to be like in like 3 or 4 days. We'll say so like a Thursday, we'll say it's Thursday. It's Thursday. You're on Sunday. It's going to happen on Thursday. So you have effectively 4 days before that happens. Now, it doesn't mean you couldn't do a job in the meantime, but a rush job is still a rush job.
Yeah.
So
Okay, not a glitch, but no
how much money does this guy want? Also, I still do want to buy one of his artifacts.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess the price is important.
Get 6 successes. Do you want to do
I'm
any
gonna
pushing?
do it one more time.
Okay.
So he was offering to get us into the auction, or was he offering something
He
else?
was offering.
Shit.
No, an edge if you have
Sorry.
it.
So what he was
Yeah, you know what?
offering
I'm gonna use an edge.
was connections with the
Oh
owner.
my god!
It was
Deserved.
it's faded.
Deserved.
Yeah, I.
You
find
flew too
nothing.
high.
You do okay. So you that was that a?
That's a glitch.
It doesn't tell me glitch. I don't like it's not telling me it's a glitch.
I had two once.
I don't. Well, can you glitch when doing the reroll for edge?
I don't know if he can.
I don't think you do.
No, the first roll wasn't a glitch. It was a 1 and 2 twos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And the reroll.
Yeah, and I don't think the reroll gives you a glitch if you do it with edge.
Yeah, I don't think it does.
I mean, that's good at least.
yeah.
Okay, so then I have 6 successes. I'm not going to push anymore since I'm seeming to get into a wall.
6 successes does give you some information. So Oni is the Robo word for king, and the Roban king lives somewhere around Lagos. Oni Adegoge is one of the richest men in Africa, especially since the big oil pipeline that runs through the kingdom. So basically, he's theoretically in charge of the main bits of oil coming out of not only just through Lagos, but through all of Nigeria. So rich. Probably the richest man, again, maybe the richest man in Africa, but at least on that top percentage of richest men in Africa, basically.
Yeah.
So, if someone like that is having a gigantic auction, he's having a gigantic auction. There are no words of that auction, though, not necessarily, so you didn't get that kind of information out about it. You just got basically information on him, nonetheless. The thing is also, he's not only king, he's also a spiritual leader. So it's both kind of a religious figure and effectively, in quotations, king of the Yoruba. Even though it's king-like, but not technical king, it's that kind of thing. It's effectively
I'm going to say
the closest thing to a king.
I will
that
say
is.
then if there is an auction, I'm not seeing anything, but it's probably going to be invitation only.
What you were being offered was perhaps having a meeting with the Oni, perhaps in his palace.
Yeah.
The idea would be, if you have a meeting with the Oni, you might be able to convince them to allow you to go to the auction.
Yeah.
If you are interested in whoever's going to the auction, perhaps the auction, a meeting with the Oni themselves might be a good way to do that. But that will be up to you. I can merely arrange for you to meet with them and head to the palace, or at least meet with some people from the palace.
Good idea. And it's something I can run off and do with minimal support.
Yeah. So, It will.
I mean, while you do that, we could do a job for it. I don't know.
I mean, you could always all head there too. But
Yeah.
you will be charged. He's gonna want
Yeah.
10,000
Actually,
Naria. On,
Oh.
Sure. That's
There
you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
that is way less than I was thinking. I was like, oh yeah, depending on how much it is, it might be better to do a job.
I'm thinking about
Conveniently,
that.
I took that out. So
100,000.
Actually, it might be more expensive because I'm checking the prices here. Oh God, Lagos Island spending $1 million, and how much is the approximate percentage?
So
God, I
so
gotta look it up.
10,000 Naria is 500 Nuyen.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Yeah, that'd be very cheap
Um,
for information.
yeah. Figure the prices.
Yeah. I mean, if you have like a price sheet in Nuyen, you can just times it by 20.
I have a lot of New Yen.
Yeah.
I mean,
he'd be willing to.
that-
He'd be willing to take Nuyen, we'll say. So I think he
okay.
will charge you. We'll put in Nuyen here, as I'm trying to check prices for things to like,
Having
get an
two
idea on the brain.
currencies is
Hard.
rough.
oh, there are three. You seem to forget that there's also the Hualan
Huala
currency,
token.
which
Yeah.
is a whole
There's
separate
too
thing.
many currencies in this.
Yeah, but the
extension.
Huala tokens are like a specialty currency that we don't really
They-
care about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're of higher. They're basically of more guarantee.
Yeah, that's fair.
But they're equal to Naria, so it's not a big deal.
Okay, I think that'd be a reasonable price. Because it's just arranging a connection and
Mhm.
arranging you to perhaps have a meeting, not guaranteeing anything. He will charge you 30,000 Nuyen to meet with the rulers of the Orobu.
Well, I don't have that much. Do people want to help chip in, or do we want to do a job?
I got nothing to chip in on
30,000 Nuyen or 30,000
that.
Naira?
Nuyen.
Nuyen.
Yeah,
Right.
Frosty can help on that. I will tell you. Frosty can provide a
Yeah.
percentage of it.
Still a lot.
How much
though.
can we get total?
Frosty could provide 15,000, but that would be
'Cause I
kind of
could-
most
I
of
have-
her budget.
Because I have 12,000. That would be all of my money.
I have
I got-
9,000.
6K.
I got
Nuyen left.
300.
So
Maybe we
basically,
do the
we'd
job.
be throwing away almost all of our
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, we
for
would
this.
we'd be throwing away most of the profit of this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or we could
maybe we do the job.
Yeah, we.
Frosty can basically say, basically, if you're talking about this over comms, she could be like, I can probably only provide about 15,000 now, but I can probably arrange for my benefactors to cost this. We'll have to be repaid for it.
Ooh.
This is an extra expense for this, and I will have to probably contact them if there's something like this auction going on, because if the item goes up on auction, we're going to have to get it back from there.
I mean, you could ask what kind of job.
Yeah, I'll get some info on the job.
Sure, if you're interested in doing a job for me, I do have one that is available that needs someone to take care of it. A little dangerous, but maybe you'll be willing to do it. There is a group of ghouls led by a toxic shaman. I need someone to take care of them, perhaps. I was hoping to arrange for some more friends to take care of them. I have some connections that might be able to take care of it, but they are a dangerous area that tends to be nearby to some individuals that I am working with. And they've asked me to help them remove them.
Okay.
What
It'd be
type of removal is appropriate?
I'm down.
Probably killing, I assume.
I assume too, but
Oh, well, I thought we were just going to rough them up a bit.
No.
But
Um,
ghouls are pretty bad.
Ghouls are
Yeah,
basically like plague-infested
fair.
people that need to devour the flesh of humanoids.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They're
Uh,
intelligent zombies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's toxic.
Intelligent is a strong word.
Yeah, actually, they're pretty intelligent. They've got a nation nearby. It's just that not all of them are in there, and yeah, And also the nations looked at very like shadily, like, nation, you
We get
say.
because they're ghouls.
What's happening to all your non-ghoul citizens? You say. There may be mysterious people farms there.
That's
Yeah.
Anyway, also the toxic reaper shaman with probably some toxic spirits is probably not good either. It's a kind of thing that you guys could deal with, but it would probably suck, you know.
Yeah.
But it would also be like there's the kind of fight that would probably, if you needed to get into another fight, you might not be in great shape for it. It's the kind of thing too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd
and
be
as
fine
she said,
afterwards.
she can give 15,000 now, but she can also arrange for her employer to basically give the money back
It was
because
what,
it's an extra
what,
expense.
30,000?
Yeah,
'Cause I
30,000
could-
is so steep.
Well, I could just pay a bunch of money into it too.
And
so,
she said she can give 15 right now. She's got 15 for it.
Yeah.
'cause I've got 12K on me, so
But
I could
that
do
still
like
comes out of our paychecks, basically.
Again, you will get the money
we're
back.
being reimbursed.
We'll get reimbursed just after the mission's done.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
between Frost, Ari, and I could give 3,000 of mine, or even like 4,000 to let Naomi keep some money. We could do it.
True, but then we do have to worry about the auction, which we don't know what our funds are
Well, she
going to
said
look like.
she's going
by
to
that.
contact if it's
Yeah.
going to
If
auction, she's going to
it
contact
goes to
us.
auction, I'm going to need a transfer of money regardless from my
Yeah.
my benefactor. So I will probably get a funding for that anyway. I can probably arrange for maybe by the auction getting reimbursed for the new yen for this, especially if we are able to successfully get into going to the auction. I think that's going to be the problem is we're on the line if we can't convince anybody to go. We can't convince the Oni to let us go to it.
True. I'm just worried because there's a lot of ifs for the scenario. If you guys want to pay for it, you can. Knox's vote will be going to jump ghouls. Also
Ari's
because
vote
it just
is actually
sounds
also
fun.
to jump ghouls.
Because
Alright,
it sounds fun.
we want to fight some ghouls.
But-
That's fine by me.
But it depends. But just, I mean, it depends on what the other. I mean, how do we all actually cast a vote? Like, what is?
I'm fine
Frosty
because
will
either-
say she can help, but because she's trying not to
Yeah.
use magic at all because
she
of the
won't really be
entire
a factor in a fight.
yeah, she can shoot a gun a few times at an okay ability, but she's not super helpful without her magic and is cautious about using too much. She could probably use some
Yeah.
lesser spells and kind of hide them afterwards because there's a magical signature left behind. It's just that's time consuming, and small spells don't leave a very big signature that lasts very long.
Yeah, it's fair.
Problem
that
is
also
we
leaves
have a
a-
shaman. That means they're going to be summoning things.
Alakar Naomi. True, but this is also like a threat. And Nox would
Yeah,
very much
that's-
be
that's
in the
why
camp of
Ari's
like, hey,
kind
maybe
of
we should deal
down
with
be-
this.
Yeah, because
Again,
Ari's just like
this guy
well,
says he was just looking. This is an easy way that he doesn't have to then use some of his other contacts to send some people in. He could find some
that's
people
fair.
to take care of it if you can't.
No, that's fair.
I'm just worried if we have to fight after this, we could be sitting in a really hurt position. I mean, I'm going to be in my van, and my drones are going to be the ones going out there.
Yeah, but you
I
can
mean-
risk losing a drone or two,
Yeah,
which
or
could
having
and the
Hammer,
shaman is
which
said
I
to
don't
have
really
some
have the
spirits in
revenue.
their service, so you will have to fight some spirits. I said toxic.
I
Spirits.
mean,
Yeah.
Nox is confident that he'll be fine after fighting them.
and the only thing that Frosty's going to say is, the only thing is we might have to do 2 jobs then. The only thing I can think
Two?
about is if we get in contact with the Oni. The Oni.
Oh, he might want to
Yeah.
do
Might
something
need
to
us
get
to do some
access.
kind of
Right, you might
favor.
want favors as well.
More
That's why I
likely,
think-
because they have money, they're going to want to ask for some kind of favor or something like that.
Mhm.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said,
They're
I'm
more
fine with
likely on that
spending
one.
a bulk of my money on this.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to vote that it's probably worth spending, even though I can't chip in.
No, I know, and that's the thing. I'm fine spending the money. I just was like, my character would be like, well, I mean, someone should take care of this. We might as well since we're here.
Yeah.
But that's a good point. If we,
Yeah, if he has someone else who could do it,
yeah.
I
Well,
think because we
yeah,
might
even-
need to be in fighting, snuffed for something else, and then we're going to be screwed.
Yeah, true. I hadn't considered the prospect of the Oni wanting a favor. It completely just blocked that idea out of my mind.
No, I did.
This
too.
is just common sense from Frosty that like you are still going to have to either be really good at convincing the Oni, like through words, which again, is pretty good, but it doesn't mean perfect, or do something for them. Or perhaps both, because it's a person with a lot of money that you're like, can we go to your auction, please? Thank you very much. So
Yeah,
we're
it's a
random.
reasonable insight. Nox is a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
who doesn't consider these things.
Yeah,
effectively, there are options with the Oni for doing this kind of thing. So that's why I'm like, you could do both of them. That's fine. I'll do both of them. But
we'll be rough.
This one here.
But let's put it this way.
It's
between the Oni and this guy, who do we think we'll have to pay less to? If we
the Oni probably won't ask for money. The Oni probably won't ask for money.
Oni is the richest man like ever. So he would not ask for money. He'd be like, yeah, you're poor.
Yeah. All right. So
yeah, we can pay this guy then.
Cool. Yeah. And as I said,
I'll pay 4,000. So Naomi only has to pay 11.
Yeah. Frosty can give her 15. Yeah.
So 15.
Well, that'll leave me with 6,000, which will.
It'll leave me with 1,000 new yen, which is like fine.
If you still want a nice artifact, you can get an artifact that's probably a little discount for like 1,000 if you want something neat there. You'll be broke, but you can have something at least until you get money back.
Hey, at least you guys are getting a reimbursement.
Is there 1,000 new yen for the artifact?
Yeah, he'll sell you something that's like a decent, nice little like artifact. It's
like,
nothing magical, but like something from let's say like
I'm getting reimbursed, so
yeah, some kind of item that's like an ancient item from Central African descent.
Bonus if it has a snake motif to it.
Sure, it's got a cool like it's got a mamba motif to it.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah,
that's actually kind of tough.
I'm gonna start calling you Snake Bliskin.
But sure. And anyway, you still technically have money in Narita. It's just not as much.
Yeah.
You can always convert it back.
So he'll say like, well then, I can arrange for you to meet with the Oni's people and perhaps the Oni themselves at their palace tomorrow. It'll take perhaps tomorrow morning. If you would arrive here, I can arrange for this here. You'll have to arrange something yourself, though, is the only thing. You'll have to meet me at the airport, in fact. The fact is, it is a small plane ride away. And I can get you through the defenses. I can arrange for the defenses to not shoot you down as you're arriving. It is specifically the Oni's airspace, and traditionally planes don't travel over that. Or get close to land onto their airstrip.
Okay. Conveniently, we know a guy with a plane if he's still there.
You, in fact, can arrange for Innocence to take you again.
No.
I'll arrange for that guy.
No.
It's gonna be just 12 stops on the way, my friend.
Do not worry, my friend. We will not get shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And if they shoot at us, I'll evade. Don't worry.
I will evade.
So, yes, he is... So this is outside of Lagos. You're technically going to be going, at least to visit. So you're not depending on how things go, it might just be like a day trip outside of Lagos. But it's going to be to the city of Ife, basically, which is 168 kilometers away. So a little bit of a distance, but the plane ride will be like a couple hours there, leaving kind of early in the morning, and probably doing whatever you can, and most likely arranging a couple hour trip back. And certainly speaking, Frosty will attempt to basically be able to arrange anything with Innocence and kind of stuff like that, and you will get the kind of go ahead to arrive through Kingen.
So where's the estate you said?
It's outside the Yoruban city of Ife.
Ife.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Let's put that name here. So it's a city that will definitely be a lot more maintained, but you're going directly to like the palace and kind of stuff like that. So, We will have to worry about that next time.
Cool.
Yes. So
I'm gonna die.
you're gonna be arriving at this nice, like, golden crusted palace of like the guy who controls the probably largest fields of oil in all of Africa at this point in time, and has gotten filthy stinking rich from it. Yep. So yeah, that'll be fun. I'm sure that will
excited for
go
what this guy's
well.
gonna ask for. I doubt it.
It will probably go better than fighting spirits.
Yeah, true.
The spirit fighting. Here's the thing. The spirit fighting. I was kind of like on the. It is the suggested battle and thing in the book, but I'm also like, it's like a 50-50 whether I feel like it'll go well or not for your group, because I'm like,
Yeah.
you do have some advantages, but Joe's drones probably don't do a lot to the spirits.
Well, technically, you just have to kill the summoner.
Right, but getting to the summoner would be a real pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. That's what I'm for.
Yes.
True.
But also,
I
I will
have-
tell you, it's in the sewers.
Yeah.
Oh, that would
Yes,
make it
as long
hard
as
for
I
me.
get my
never
money
mind that.
back, I'm fine with spending it.
Wait, would anyone? I feel like I would be fine. Would anyone else be able to like operate in that environment? Is Naomi
I mean,
a combat mage?
I have a gun and I cast spells, so
So-
I'm fine.
But
actually-
I thought your
so-
magic was more social.
No, I mean, my adept abilities are mostly social, but I have spells.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I can buff myself pretty handedly.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes
To
sense.
clarify, if I'm not shooting, I'm actually punching.
Fair.
My
Again,
backup is
I-
actually
it was. I think I forgot to mention it was the sewer, but that was why I was thinking. I'm like, if you still wanted to take it, I could figure it out. But it was also one of those things that I'm like, this will probably be like technically one of the harder fights that you have the option of taking in this one. So that's why I was kind of a little bit more like letting you know all the options.
Yeah, no. That I honestly that because here's the thing, like I was not worried about the shaman because I could literally just snipe them, like.
Mhm.
But the sewer actually changes that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that
because
also means getting my drones down into a sewer.
yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I was debating taking the. Because I didn't think it would come up. Taking the added powers that let you specifically attack spirits.
Yeah.
That would probably take my big drone out of the running for helping in that fight.
Yeah.
And-
But
Because
I feel like a lot could go wrong, and then we're probably gonna need to fight something again later. It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
It's also technically would have been in Surulene, the devastated section of the city that was like where Vitus basically killed everybody, and the area was kind of sealed off to a little bit. So yes,
No.
horrible ruins, sewer of the ruins that basically someone was looking for something in and ran into these people. Well, technically you could probably find them outside the sewers, but it's kind of like only 4 days, so I don't know how much you want to push that. Kind of
Yeah.
like getting them not outside. the sewer.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I honestly I think this is better. I
Yeah.
was thinking like an outside
Hey,
encampment
at
where
least you
where we could
guys are
set up
getting
and
refunded
get the jump
for
on
it.
them.
Yeah.
As I said,
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
the only way you wouldn't get refunded is somehow you like horrifically failed everything for this guy and didn't get into the auction, which I mean, you could probably arrange a different way into the auction, not gonna lie, but like this is you don't know anybody you could basically take an invitation from at this point in time. That's an entirely different problem. The stealing the
Yeah.
invitation.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really good at talking, so
That will help. But I do think you could probably steal an invitation was an option technically if you as a backup. If you
You'll
screw
beat
up a
up
lot.
someone with an invitation to take it.
Well, it's like what corporate interest or like weird, like shady interests that's probably want to buy like weird and expensive artifacts do you want to beat up and like replace, and then trick people into thinking that you are them? Then not impossible, but an option. Probably more difficult option. Look, as I said, there are always a lot of options for everything, but try to press it. I probably should have I forgot to come up with something else as this one because I forgot that this one was kind of like an annoying thing for this guy as an option for not paying him. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to check that. All right, but we'll leave it there and give some shout outs because we're past time. We went a little over there just as we are finishing up things there. So, too. But hey, off to a palace to talk to a de facto king / spiritual leader of one of the major tribes in Nigeria. So, that'll go well. Probably.
Yeah.
Unless anybody has a shout out, I'll turn it over to Wyrm. I assume I'm going to. So I will do that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm Diamond Worm. You can find me on twitch.tv/Diamond Worm or at Diamond Worm on Twitter and Blue Sky. And also Diamond Worm on YouTube. Yeah, next Friday we're going to be doing Grounded, I think, right? Back to that?
I think that is what this Friday is. Back to Grounded. We're on the back end of it.
It might be
At
our
least-
last. I kind of feel like we only got like 2 weeks left.
Yeah, because I think one of them is going to be the last boss, and then maybe a little like cleanup, and then finally finishing it up.
Yep.
So not a lot left. We're pretty well where we want to be. So, yeah, hi. Thanks for having you coming. I hope you've enjoyed being here. I, of course, been your illustrious game master here. Make sure to check out my links down below wherever you are, whether it's on Twitch or YouTube or anything like that. Check out the rest of the episodes of this show. I hope you've enjoyed them. Check out all the older TTRPGs I've done before. And, of course, enjoy yourself and have a great rest of your week. And next week, we're definitely going to have very fun times in a, heavily armed military palace of, like, a emperor of Africa.
What could go wrong?
I mean, man sitting on pile of like literal gold because of like oil money.
Yeah.
It'll go wonderful, probably.
Watch his request be to go fight the fucking ghouls.
I actually know what the actual quest is if you take on if you get to the point of needing to do a quest with them.
Probably
actually
easier
is.
than fighting spirits.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Technically,
Are
it's
there magical bullets that allow you to shoot spirits?
I believe there is.
they
It'd be
are
weird if there wasn't.
traditionally most of the time if you are a person that's not really magical to fight spirits, you have to use something like certain types of weapons will take care of it. Things that are a lot more like, I will call it elemental, but like, things that will do non-physical damage,
Yeah,
explosions tend to do
the-
decent to them, fire, like shocking them.
In my experience, the most of the time when you fight spirits is when you're astral projecting.
Or magic sword, which technically most of you can use as a foci.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just get a magic sword. Or an axe or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, bozo.
Yeah, just buy one. Just come on, nerd. Just buy a magic sword.
Just buy a magic sword. They're not horrifically expensive. Don't worry about it.
I'm wondering if I should have taken the adept power to let me attack spirits with my fists.
I mean, if you're focused more on range, it might have been not
And-
as efficient.
Yeah,
Technically
that's the
speaking,
thing. Like
if
that's
you,
why I didn't.
if you can convince a spirit to fully manifest, you can fight them. But like
Yeah.
half their powers they can use without doing that normally. It's just like the other half if they really want to if they want to direct murder you, they actually have to do that. Then they're vulnerable. But if not, they can just do things to fuck with you that probably aren't good. And the toxic spirits might be able to
Yeah, if they
enjoy
manifest, you can just
wave
shoot
of-
with bullets then.
yeah. enjoy wave of like horrific toxicness and hope you enjoy that. I'm
But
sure
the
they're
problem
not.
is also, if you don't have astral perception, you can't even see them.
Yep,
Yeah.
true.
Spirits are troublesome.
Just
Mhm.
swinging blind.
Anyway, bye everyone. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.